champagne or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer. No
Yeah,
champagne
baby.
or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer.
What is up, everybody? We are back here on another Thursday night. Welcome back. If it's your first time here, welcome for the first time. But if you are a return visitor, I'm glad that you're still coming back. Glad you're still having fun. So
we like repeat customers.
We like repeat, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have a few beers and have a few talk about beer, and then whatever else we get into. You never know. You never know. So happy Thursday to everyone. I can't believe we are now a week out from Halloween. How about that? That's coming up next week. Lots of candy for the kiddos out there.
I was thinking about on the way home from work. I was like, we're literally 2 months away from Christmas.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, where the hell did the time go this year?
Right? It goes real quick.
Like, the older we get, the faster it goes.
Yeah. I say candy for the kiddos, but I know there's probably some parents that take some of the kiddos' candies when they come in. They call it a quality check. I know what the parents do out there when the kids come home.
Yeah, when you gotta wait for them to go to bed, and then that's when you go get the good stuff.
Yeah. What you got there? Is that a Reese's peanut butter cup? You better let me check that out first.
Yeah, sure.
People, I saw something online. People putting razor blades in that. Let me inspect that first.
Yeah. But that's my favorite. This is for your safety.
I like it no more than you do, but I gotta do it.
I do this because I love you.
Right.
No, pass me that sugar daddy.
I don't really want to, but I've got to.
Yeah.
You can't have that almond joy. There's dietary issues. Let me have that.
Right. You're allergic.
Our daughter, and she'd look at us like, shake her head like she already knew. Even when she was little, she already knew. She's like, "You're all full of shit."
Yeah.
It's like, just ask me, I'd give it to you. Just ask me.
It's like, go to your room and leave the Smarties behind.
You're grounded.
You don't want any trouble, you better drop that candy. Yeah. So yeah, next week, Halloween. That's just crazy in itself. So yeah, the year just took off at one point, just like going right through. But this week is a week that I'm definitely ready to get to the weekend, because it's been one of those weeks at work. It's just like, sometimes you sit there and you wonder, like, how many more years I got to put up with some stuff sometimes? You know what I mean? It's just like, you just feel like some of those days. And it's not anything in particular. It's just like a accumulation of things. The things that have added up over the years. Like, yeah, I would take early retirement if I could, probably. You know, I'd have no problem doing that. Put me on the beach somewhere, on the golf course or something. So, yeah. But I say that, but I still got some time left. I can't retire yet. So there we go. Tater in the house. What's up, Tater? Cheers, my friend. Great to see you. JT in the house as well. Cheers. Yeah, we are the Three Stooges tonight for sure, because Mal is actually not feeling well, so she won't be here tonight. So hopefully she feels better. She's got something going on there. So she sent me a message earlier, and hopefully she gets through that there. It's a little darker than I was expecting. There we go. A little more light over there. But I am going to crack open a beer here. Actually, you know what? I want a beer or a whiskey first. Yeah,
why not both?
Why not both? Well, I mean, I'm not a Purdue fan, so to speak, but I do like some Boilermakers, so you know that can definitely work. But I had this one in the fridge as I'm still going through cleaning some stuff out, and just about everything mainly now around here is stouts, pretty much. But I found this one in the back. It is the Golden Ale, Dragon's Milk, Tales of Gold. Don't know if you guys have had this or not. Still the 11% ABV, and barrel-aged Golden Ale. Different. So I'm going to actually crack this one open. And this is the last of the 4-pack. Didn't get a review out there, but you know what? Up to that point now, I got to drink the beer. If I get to the review, I get the review. If not, I'll just have to try to find it again some other point, maybe. Or maybe I won't, because maybe it won't be that good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm just in that decision right now. Just drink it. So put it on a t-shirt. Just drink it, damn it.
Just drink it, right?
I might put that on a t-shirt. That'd be a good t-shirt to actually have. Have you guys had the Tales of Gold yet from New
No,
Holland?
I haven't seen that one yet in my travels.
Me either.
Yeah. Look at it there into the glass.
Nice.
Yeah, you got some good carbonation action taking place. Golden Ale's not usually my type of thing to kick back and enjoy, but this one has a nice little toffee sweetness to it. Got the barrel aging that comes into play. A little bit of a syrupy type texture. It's kind of weird. It's almost like going down that road of the white stout type thing, where it kind of like this doesn't seem right, but they made it work with the Golden Ale doing the barrel aging. So New Holland knows what they're doing, right? We know this.
Yeah,
So
Dragon's Milk's been around forever.
yeah, and then have a little. I don't know if it's Legion or Legent or how do you pronounce it, because I'm still more of a beer guy than a whiskey guy, but have a little bit of this as well. And this is Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, partially finished in wine and sherry cask. So this one comes in 47 ABV, so 94 proof there. So I don't know if you guys have seen this one before where you're at, but
You have
you
not.
can see, I've drinking some. I've drinking some
I would say
previously.
must be pretty decent.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because you have a white shirt on. That almost looked more of like a reddish color. Or it could
Did
be
it?
the lighting too.
It's got a copper penny color to
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
right.
yeah, it does. And that could be for the sherry cask finish they use.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll look a little more reddish than.
Yeah, it could just be the lighting and the white shirt you had in the background.
I'll show it in the glass here as well. There you go. There, yeah, but it's got like a reddish copper penny type feel. But
Yes,
yeah,
it's definitely kind of looking like a red ale type vibe to it.
yeah. But again, clean out the beer fridge and clean out the whiskey cabinet a little bit. So making room. We all got jobs to do in the world, folks.
Yeah.
Somebody's got
Somebody's got to do it. I need a volunteer. That's me. I got it. I got it covered. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Take one for the team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We just had a beer truck that overturned in Maryland over the last week out on I-70. I don't know what kind of beer it was, but I just wonder how many people like helped to volunteer for cleanup. Because when I was there, I would volunteer just to be the good person I am. Like, I'll help you clean this stuff up. It's, I'll throw it in my trunk. You're good. You're good. Yeah.
I was gonna say, the line of cars in the emergency lane.
Yeah.
A long way.
We run it through the fountain like it's like Homer Simpson or something with all the beer sprinkling everywhere. This is better than Disney World.
Yeah. Should have like safety vests printed up to say like OSHA on the back. We'll just walk around. Oh, son, I got to take that. We got to do lab testing on that. Give that to me.
I'll be doing that. The Halloween again. Quality check here.
Yeah.
You better give that to me and let me check that beer. Well, yeah. So you guys crack open anything yet that you're going to be tasting here?
I propped open. It's called Torque Wrench from Industrial Arts Brewing Company. Hazy.
Oh,
It comes in at 8.2 ABV.
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, I cracked open. I just had them on my show that came out today. Dirty Water. It's a hard seltzer out of New York that I'm really digging this. I've got like 2 cans of this left. Really good for, something if you're not really wanting a beer. It's a little lower in alcohol. Really good flavor on it. So I've been digging this a lot.
That's kind of funny because I was just going through looking for a couple of things to talk about for beer news, and I came across a thing where it was a story about Dirty Water. So
yeah. I had him on the show, the founder and CEO, Dom. Good guy. Just started it in New York. They could sell it. He said about 40 states you could pick it up if you want to order it, and he's trying to keep like the shipping down. So if you're ordering it, because shipping on beer or alcohols, it's more than the beer itself sometimes. So
right.
he's trying to keep the shipping costs down, but it's got a good flavor. It's not fake like some hard seltzers just taste really like artificial and fake to me, but this has got a good clean taste. I would drink this only 4.5% alcohol.
Okay.
I was straight water there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not carbonated. It's not highly carbonated. It's got a nice little carbonation to it, but no, it's really good. I would drink this, a lot. I'll have to order some to have around the house. There's sometimes you don't want an 11%er.
You're right. Yeah.
What are you saying, Dave? Because I got 11% right here. What are you saying there?
I said sometimes. I'm not saying today.
Yeah. I'm not saying tonight. Just sometimes. Yeah, just sometimes out of midnight.
Where are you going with that one, my friend? Oh, but this one is actually it's pretty decent. So I hadn't had it in a while, and I forgot how good it actually is. As far as the Dragon Tales of Gold. So if you have any reservations about the Golden Ale, this one has a similar taste going into more of a barley wine. So as it warms up, I mentioned that toffee earlier and playing at a syrupy type feel, but you start getting some of the characteristics kind of like that as well. So it's interesting, very interesting.
Nice.
And I think with New Holland, they kind of limited some of their stuff they're doing. Like they don't do like all the rollout of the Dragon's Milk like they were before.
I was gonna say I haven't seen one in a while.
Yeah, I know they got the oatmeal cookie one that was just out recently, and then they had another one, but it's not like it used to be like every 3 months, every 4 months they come out with one. They got the Crimson Red. I've had the Crimson Red, which is their red ale. That one is pretty decent. The one I'm looking for is their triple mash. That's the one that's kind of been their latest thing, and that's hard to find. So if you guys happen to see it out there, I would say definitely get it because you might not see it again.
Yeah, when we was up in Michigan, up in Holland, a year
Mm-hmm.
I think it was there then. So I don't know if it's a yearly that you just get at the brewery or whatever, but I was like, man, I should have picked it up.
The triple mash?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you probably can't find it really anywhere now.
Yeah, I've not seen it. I've not seen it since then.
Well, unless you go back to Jungle Gyms again, they would be a spot that might get it in there.
Yeah, I mean, they could have had it. I just wasn't looking for it, but I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah. I know I've tried to find it in certain spots, and it's just like, yeah, it's tough.
Have you guys ever tried like what's that? The Tavor?
Nice, JT.
Yeah, nice.
I've never used the Tavor service. Knock on wood, I guess you say. Fortunately, I've always been around good beer stores, but you don't need to be around any bad beer stores to use it because they get some good stuff, from my understanding.
Yeah, I mean they do have stuff, especially like if you're in an area that you can't get a lot of things. But that was the one thing with that was like, man, shipping is high.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I tried it once just to try it. Then I had some good stuff out of there, but I'm like, I can't justify spending the shipping cost.
Yeah. Now I will say for those that might want to look at getting something shipped, down into like my description, I actually am part of an affiliate program with Beer Drop, and they'll actually ship out to you. But what they do is they give you like a surprise mystery type thing. So you basically choose like IPA or stout or that, and they give you like the best ones they can find around it. So it's almost like a mystery type thing, but they're all like top-notch beers from my understanding. So and there's like a little discount code and stuff. But I have to try that one at some point here because I'm kind of curious to see how it actually works as well. But I've had people that have actually liked that experience and kind of like,
too, Dave, and I just never pulled the trigger because, like you said, shipping was just like, I can't justify that.
Yeah, when I could just go down the street and pick up something good, I'm like, I don't need this that bad. The one time I remember that I wanted to order from them, the guy that used to do Pete's Wicked Ale, and he hooked up with another brewery, and they did like a triple version of it. So I'm like, I grabbed some cans of that, and then I just filled up my box with other stuff. But even so, I'm like, I'm trying to justify, balance out the cost per beer. I'm like, that's kind of high.
Yeah, the shipping will get you.
I feel like shipping was almost as much as just buying the beer itself.
Yeah. And cheers to you, Bart, as well. There's a funny thing like with shipping. So when people like ship beer around, it's like I see some people say, well, you go to the post office, you might have a better deal here. Or if you go to UPS, like, not that you're supposed to ship beer, but if you do, what I've heard on the street, because I would never do something like that, is
never.
If you're going to ship UPS, get the weight of your package do it online, and then online you can also get a promo code that you can find for UPS coupons. It'll cut like your shipping like 50% on some of them. Then you go ahead and apply that, and then you just do a drop off at UPS.
Man.
Yeah. Or any UPS location that takes UPS. We used to have one that was, well, Todd knows because he sent it back to the place where we, and it was our Ace Hardware store. And it was like, they were very honest people, though. They were very honest. So, because they opened the box and I was like, I got, oh, the box is open. I probably don't got anything. All the beers are there. Yeah. Good people. Good people.
Bro, like, this is the funniest looking package of nails I've ever seen.
Yeah. It was so funny. Everybody's like, and they say, well, I'm shipping sauces. Feels like it's sauce. Like, how many sauces are being shipped around the country? Everybody keeps going to UPS saying they're shipping sauces.
Yeah.
A little more originality, people. Put peanuts or something else. Don't just keep saying you're shipping sauces everywhere.
I know. I ship kombucha. Yeah.
Yeah.
People look at me like, what the hell's kombucha? Just let it go. Let it go.
Don't ask.
Yeah. You've asked too many questions already. So yeah. But yeah, so that's like a little tip there as far as you can go online. You can put like UPS discount code into Google, and it'll give you a site, and you use that code into the UPS online, and it'll drop your shipping for you. So whether you're doing that or anything else. So just one of those things you can do. But the whiskey's pretty decent. Again, I don't have as much of the knowledge in the whiskey area, but it's definitely one you can sit back and enjoy. It's definitely got a bite to it, though. So I feel like the logo on here is like hair or something. I don't know if it's adding hair to the chest or pulling hair out of the chest, but it definitely, you feel the whiskey.
It kind of looks like there was a face kind of in the back part of the.
You know, look at you going all left brain. You're right. There is a face. There is a face when you look.
Things, but okay.
No, right here, there is a face right there looking out into it. And if you go down here, there's a face down here too.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so it's like it's not really a 69 type thing, but it's like, why do you got the two faces upside down? But yeah, that's some artist kind of just drawing his own feel into it, I guess, or her feel into it, whatever. So, you know what? Well, you know what it is? I get it. Okay, so next to those faces are actually the names, I think, of the artists. It actually came up with the logo there. So you got a name up top and a name down the bottom. Yeah. That's kind of interesting. Yeah. There you go. I didn't realize that before, Todd, until you pointed that out.
Yeah.
The clever eye that you have.
So yeah,
like I never knew the arrow in the FedEx until someone mentioned it. Now you can't see the FedEx without the arrow.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the Amazon A to Z.
Right, the A to Z and Amazon, right? Yeah. Once you know it's there, you can't get rid of it, you know. I should have caught that. I got a degree in advertising. I kind of missed that one there. Oh well.
That's why I'm the sidekick. So I can catch those things.
Yeah. Well done, Robin. Well done.
Todd's not drinking the 11% with the whiskey shot, so he can catch that.
True, David.
That's true. You got your wits about you, so it's true. Yeah. True.
Put on my glasses for next time so I can catch that shit. Yeah.
So Dave, Chicago, anything happening there on the beer scene up there? You're coming across anything you're seeing?
Nah, everything's been kind of like low key with GABF a couple weeks ago. So I just picked up one that I'm going to have next from Hop Butcher. I stopped there. They have a new one out with Perennial out of St. Louis. It's,
nice.
Highly hopped lager. So I'm going to check that out in a couple minutes when I'm done with this. But I haven't really seen too much like beer news, that's been out there in the last, week or so. It's been kind of low key on that.
Yeah. I think 2 weeks ago, everything was kind of building up to the beer fest. So there was very little. And then coming back, there's been outside the focus really around Helene down in Carolina kind of stuff. You're hearing some stuff out there. I mean, there's a few pieces I'll pull here in a bit to take a look at, but there hasn't been a ton of really stuff happening yet. So,
yeah,
we're essentially almost a month out from Black Friday, right? So you'll have the Goose Island releases hit that day. You'll have the new Right, Big Bad Baptist from Epic. I think they usually come out around Black Friday. You have all these other stouts that'll probably be hitting the marketplace. So
You probably get
it'll be
those, don't you?
it's interesting. So I did get the 2 from last year. They switched it up with Epic Brewing. So now they got like 16-ounce cans, and they did 2 last year. And so I was able to get the 2 cans, but it's not like before they had the big bottles where they came out like 6 different releases. So they've kind of scaled back, it seems, on what they're doing. But I haven't even drank those. I too much beer here, really.
Those you can kind of store away and let them age for a little bit anyway.
Yeah. That's how I usually, you can do that. I got like a few of the worldwide stouts in there. I haven't even cracked open yet. Some of the Firestone Walkers I haven't got into yet. It's just
I've got a handful of the Firestone Walkers.
Yeah.
Rabolas and some of the other ones. I still got them.
Yeah. So one I just did crack open that I got to upload the review on. I did it on Sunday. Was Jack's Abbey and their Framingham barrel aged peanut butter pie.
Yeah.
Peanut butter pie, and that was pretty tasty. It was like, I'm glad I saved you for a review because you're definitely one to be talking about out there. Their Framingham series is solid anyway, but that one was so freaking delicious. Yeah. It was definitely worth it. It was a Baltic porter that they had aged, they barrel aged, and it was tasty. It was very, very tasty. So I'll have that review I need to upload with some of the other ones at some point. Recently, I've been doing a lot of the uploads here, as people have been seeing on the channel, with some of the Opus clip type stuff, just kind of messing around with that, which is kind of funny seeing stuff pop up. Apparently, a lot of people are pulling up the cold Big Mac when I uploaded there. So, which I never thought of cold Big Macs as a hangover food, but apparently it's pretty popular from different parts of the country. Even when the guys over in Dutch and I'll say the Dutch Netherlands, it wasn't Beer Geek, it was somebody else. They said they do that over there too with the cold Big Mac. I'm like, I did not know this was a worldwide thing.
Me either.
Yeah.
Have you guys had the new chicken Big Mac yet?
I have not done a chicken Big Mac. I'm like, I'm a little afraid of the chicken Big Mac.
Ruby,
That's right.
I picked it up for Ruby last week. She's like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally just a Big Mac with a chicken patty instead of, a beef patty.
Yeah, just the 2 McChickens that threw it in there instead, which right now McDonald's, people are being careful because they got the Eagle Eye that just came out with the onions. So one person I think died from it, like a bunch of people sick, but it's kind of like, I was watching an interview with one of the women tonight on the nightly news, and she's like, I just felt like you go to McDonald's, it's supposed to be protected. Well, like, look, you're getting nothing healthy out of McDonald's. You should know that up front before you even go in. So you're already rolling the dice when you go to McDonald's. So
you should say McDonald's, you throw healthy out of the realm, like it's done.
Yeah. And now all the lawsuits are starting to come out. And I'm like, McDonald's is not like going to a healthy spot. Like you took the risk even going in there. So it'll be interesting to see, but that's led to like what I think was Burger King pulled onions out of their stuff. I don't know if Wendy's did, a few other restaurants, but it's been kind of going all across. Like they found out where it came from, which packing plant did the onions. So a lot of companies like Taco Bell was one that dealt with them. They all started stopping their use of onions for right now, so they can check it out. So.
It's kind of like when McDonald's had to put the warning thing on their cups of coffee. I'm like, you're getting coffee. You know it's going to be hot. What do you need a warning for?
Yeah.
It's like too hot. But that old lady got some good change out of it. Fell fen or lap or whatever. Remember that happened.
That was a nice little 401k package for her right there.
Yeah. Doing a craft brewery. I got a chocolate porter, but it's too chocolatey. I'm suing. Way too much chocolate. Shout out to Vanessa. Cheers, my friend. Great to see you. Happy Thursday. Paul's in the house as well. Cheers, Paul.
What's up, Paul?
Just watched one of Paul's videos the other day with them doing the outdoor couple thing, which is pretty cool. Seeing lots of rural areas around PA, so appreciate that. Watching Thursday Night Football as always. I always like the Rams helmet design, but their newest unis are high in the run-in for ugliest in the league. I haven't seen their uniforms, but can it be as worse as the old Tampa Bay creamsicle orange? Which were kind of cool. They were kind of cool at the time, but then it's kind of like, if you were going to a fashion show, I think you have a better chance of being in the NFL. Like they just didn't mess over as well.
I thought they were ugly then, but now when they bring them back for like the old school style, whatever, I'm like, I like those.
Yeah. I feel like the creamsicle orange, like the pimp uniforms of the league back then, you know? The ones that they can't win are too tired being pimps. Yeah. They work all night.
Pimping ain't easy.
Do you agree, Paul? Agree with Paul with the ugliest uniform? The burger meat at McDonald's is part of the huge recall from a factory that makes tons of meals and stuff. Out of the burger meat, right now, it's the onions that were on the big they were using. But I wouldn't put it past to be a Big Mac as well. But yeah, I'll still lose my bet onions. I mean, there's questions about the meat itself because it says ground beef, but I think you have to have a certain percentage for the FDA to recognize it. So there's like fillers and stuff in there too. Personally, I'll ask you guys, what is your favorite fast food burger chain? For a burger, which chain gives you the best burger? And also you in the comments as well.
I mean, it's easier for me, so I'll just hit Burger King because it's like on my way. I mean, I don't mind the McDonald's, but I'll do the Burger King, especially like if you get that Big King bacon. That thing is like this big. It's like, all right, I'm good for a while.
Well, that flame grilled burger too does make a difference, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For me, burger wise, fast food is Culver's.
Right.
Oh, okay. But I've never had Culver's. I've seen Culver's, but I never had Culver's. We don't have any around here. Yeah.
It qualifies as fast food because no matter what you order when you go to the drive-thru, you got to pull up and wait for the food to come to you, which is nice because then you automatically know it's hot. I've never got anything from there that's never been like right off the grill. Like you can never tell. So it's like, okay, I'll wait the extra 5 minutes because I don't know about your all's McDonald's around our McDonald's here. You ain't getting nothing hot unless you pre-order it or something.
Yeah.
Or something. It's like this thing's been sitting there since last night. Like I want something fresh.
It's been out under the heat lamp the whole time.
No wonder everyone's shitting in their pants. Yeah.
No, you're right, JT. That's my fault. It is the quarter pounder, not the Big Mac that had the onions that they were talking about. The quarter pounder. I've never had Culver's. I think when we were in Kentucky, there were some that were south of us, but we didn't really see them in Cincinnati, but I know of the place. And I've heard good things about them as well. But Fuddruckers used to be a pretty good place to get a burger back in the day. I guess that was kind of considered fast food. There was a little drive-through, but it was pretty much like a fast food thing. But I feel like Burger King used to be a favorite. I do like the Wendy's burgers, but one that every time I get it, I'm surprised I don't eat it more. Well, they're harder to find nowadays, but like Hardee's.
Yeah.
Hardee's gives you like a really good meaty burger, right? It's just like, or Carl's Jr., I guess, depending on where you're at. But I feel like they're like always getting looked over, but they're pretty solid.
Now, for me, as far as like McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, I'd put Hardee's right there at the top.
Yeah.
But you're right, Dave, though. Like the Burger King burger, the flavor of I think the flavoring of it's better than the other.
Yeah.
Whether it's
sometimes
really plain grilled or not, or they just spray something to make you think that it is, it's tasty.
And sometimes, like depending on who's working at McDonald's, like the burger's either too salty or they put too much pepper. It's like it's not consistent.
You're right.
Yeah.
As one that was a former Burger King grill master back in the high school days, nothing extra meat added to the burger, but it is that flame grill that does come through for sure. So,
so the smoke they blow out of the restaurant, that's just false, right? Just the smell, like that ain't real, is it?
What do you mean the smoke that comes out? What comes out from the grill through the chimney, I think, or whatever.
It smells like it's flame broiled, whatever. Is that legit, or is that just?
Yeah, it's legit. It's definitely flame broiled. Yeah.
Because I've heard both, so I wasn't sure. Since you actually worked there, that's why I was asking.
Yeah. I was on the grill back in the day, and fries and all that kind of stuff and all kinds of things. But yeah, it's legit. I mean,
I've heard it was, but then I've heard it was a tactic for them to get you. You know, you smell and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to Burger King now because it smells good. You know, 'cause nobody else.
It smells like, yeah. I mean, when you're cooking, I mean, like you're smelling like you're in the backyard doing a grill out or something, right? So it's definitely got the flame stuff kicking in. So, and you get that, and you get the onion rings when they're fresh. I mean, that's a nice little lunch to sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, their onion rings are pretty good.
Yeah, and they're pretty decent. Like we never ran out of ice cream with the milkshake machine. Like you run out, which I still never had it happen to me at a McDonald's yet, but I've heard all the stories where it has happened to people. But we did run one time low for milk, so they had to use creamer one time, which, you know, it worked. People were still okay with it. So yeah.
I would say it's a high percentage of me trying to order a milkshake from McDonald's and it was something was wrong with the machine than actually able to get a milkshake from there.
Yeah. You know, one thing I did notice, and I don't know if it was because of one of the ones here or what, but I went in one time and I ordered like a pickup for McDonald's, and I got one of those fruit smoothie type drinks. And it was like, you know, and they served me the pickup in my cup. You know, it's like it wasn't full all the way. And I see the person that made it, they got a little cup of it over there. Like, oh, you didn't give me all my, like, you're drinking off the shit that I paid for.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
That's quality control. They're testing it for you.
They're quality controlling me when I go in there. Yeah. So if you're wondering why your cup's not full, somebody might be taking some back there at the McDonald's.
Now, with that being said, with the McDonald's milkshakes, I never thought they were all that great anyway, so I never really was one to order them that often anyhow.
Yeah. Now, milkshake wise, like White Castle has a pretty decent milkshake. Yeah, they have a decent milkshake. And for fast food wise, they probably do got the best coffee. I mean, not counting Dunkin' Donuts into it, but of the restaurants, like their coffee's pretty solid in the mornings compared to some of the other ones.
Like yesterday, I had to go to Wendy's yesterday in the morning. I was starving. And I'm like, all right, I know they do breakfast now. That breakfast sandwich was bad. It was.
Oh, really?
Not. I'm like, let me just get a bacon, egg, and cheese. How do you mess that up? Right? Figure out this.
Hold my beer.
They said it was like on a croissant, but the croissant was shaped like a biscuit, but it was like flaky like a croissant, but it was like dry. I'm like, oh no, this is not good.
What the hell is going on here?
Yeah. Like, how do you mess up a bacon, egg, and cheese?
Right.
Yeah. I do like the Burger King ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches, though.
Yeah.
Those ones are pretty good. And the sausage, egg, and cheese.
I think
and the bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah.
Sandwiches for breakfast are good in general. Like,
yeah.
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah. Now, about a month or so ago, when I went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, I had to grab something to eat before I went to the theater. I actually went to Arby's. I hadn't been to Arby's for years.
Yeah.
I forgot how good the roast beef is at Arby's.
See, I like
and you get the horse and the Arby's sauce, put it together on the roast beef. Yeah. I was in the car like yum 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 yum.
They still do the curly fries?
Yeah, they still do the curly fries and stuff there too. Yeah. And I got one of their like steaks. And I was like, Arby's, that's one that gets looked over sometimes too. So yeah.
They serve a brisket there. It's actually pretty good too.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of brisket, Chipotle just brought back brisket for their limited time. Which, if you never had the brisket burrito, it's actually pretty tasty. At least when I've had it before. Or the bowl.
I've never had Chipotle in general.
Really?
Well, they just
ever?
No, because they weren't around here for a long time.
Okay. But Chipotle used to be owned by McDonald's, and they ended up selling them off.
Okay.
It was kind of weird when they sold them off, but they were really starting to make money as Chipotle, but they sold them off. And it was so funny. Like we used to golf in Cincinnati. And then afterwards, we hit like the Chipotle near the golf course. And at the time, it was great. Like Chipotle used to have some of the best margaritas you can get from anywhere. It was like $3 margarita, and they and they lit it up with alcohol. And how do I say this the right way or whatever? It was kind of like at one point, all the staff were pretty much Mexican.
Yeah.
and the drinks were that much more stronger. Then they started letting Americans do stuff, and it's like, why is this not taste? Why is it getting watered down? Like, what's going? And the price goes up, and it's more watered down, and so that's when Chipotle started to fall off or whatever. But leave it to the Americans for us to screw it up. But we had a good thing going for a while.
We screwed up.
You get a picture of margarita at Chipotle, you wouldn't even need to go to the bar. You and your buddies just be like, somebody calls the Uber.
Grab another beer real quick.
All right.
Yeah, so recently within the last few years, Chipotle's, there's a few of them that's popped up around here now.
Yeah. I mean, and so I don't know if they still, I don't see them do the margaritas as much now. You can still get like Modelo and like Modelo Negra, you can get there, and you can get some of the other beers, but the margaritas were like, that was like a hidden gem on how they made those there. And some American manager came along and screwed it up. Culver's, JT said too. It's tuned in DoD burger meat back in the 80s for a test. Well, you were doing the health stuff back then, so Department of Defense, yeah. Oh, there's another burger place, Rallies. That's another one that gets missed sometimes. Although I feel like sometimes with Rallies, like they get like the biggest pieces of lettuce in their burgers. Like get the lettuce all hanging. Like there's too much lettuce on here. Culver's Wisconsin based, so it takes a while for it to expand everywhere. But they're expanding better than Spotted Cow is.
Yeah.
What's up, Sammy? Cheers, my friend.
It's not weak.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you get
from?
That's the Hot Butcher one. Okay.
The Hot Butcher and Perennial. This is a West Coast Pilsner with Simcoe and Peacherine hops. I'm gonna have to say this is pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. I always like the artwork they do on their cans and stuff too. Roasted meats over open fires. That's always a good activity in my mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's some Hank Hill right there. Yeah. Roasted meats, Bobby, on an open fire. Big Daddy in the house. Cheers. He got a Honey Bear 10.5 Imperial Peanut Butter Stout brewed with chocolate, vanilla, and honey. And that is also from Hot Butcher.
Nice.
Very nice. Badass. Uh-huh. Hey, Shorty, what up, Big D? These are the mass-produced croissants. A croissant made at home comes out way better. Well, yeah, it definitely comes out way better doing it there. Oh, cheers, AT. Cheers, AT. Company up in Massachusetts makes a dough sheet that I can use to make the dough for the croissants. We got a batch of burgers made with 70% sal. That crap was a disaster. 70. Oh wow, yeah, that. Oof. Yeah,
I remember
only 30%. Yeah,
like
soy
in school, like with Burger Day, it was like soy burgers. Our burgers, they sucked at growing up in like grade school and high school.
Yeah, soybeans.
Yeah,
Packed full of soybeans.
Yeah.
I remember the first time when somebody's like, "What is that?" I'm like, it kind of looked like a bean. I'm like, I don't know, it looks like beans or something. And I found out it was like a soybeans. Like, okay, that makes sense. But still, it's like,
Yeah. Never a huge fan of soy, but they replaced it with tofu, and there you go.
I'm like, why are you letting me buy school food for? You know what they're serving?
I will say I did do the Impossible Burger when it came out of Burger King, and it actually wasn't bad. I did the Impossible Whopper, and it wasn't that much bad off the actual one. So,
yeah, my brother, Shannon's brother, got them, and he said they were pretty similar to the burger, like the taste and stuff.
Yeah, the taste is pretty much right there. I mean, you close your eyes and like a blind taste test, you might feel a little bit different, but you'd be like pretty close. You'd be maybe hard pressed to kind of see the difference between them.
Like, yeah, he's like, if I blindfold you, you probably wouldn't know what you were eating. Like,
yeah,
or the fake stuff. I was like, okay.
So it meant sheeter dough roller to get the dough thin. You add butter, fold, and keep flattening about 6 times for flour. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just eat the food. I don't know about the rolling of the dough, but once it's ready, call me. Call me when it's ready, and I'm there.
before then, no.
It's like you meet people like at work and they're like, you can call me Rod, you can call me whatever. And they're like, just don't call me late for dinner. And they always laugh. I have not missed many dinners, by the way, as you could probably tell. But anyway, yeah. So beer news. I have a few things there. Oscar Blues. So I don't know if you guys have saw this, but Oscar Blues is now rolling out their Dale's Easy IPA, 4.9% ABV, and they're also rolling out their designated Dale's NA pills. So,
Nice.
as we know, breweries are got to have an NA coming out at some point here. So they're going to be having theirs come out, and Oscar Blues is pretty solid. I would give it a try on that one. I still got to do the Butte. I know you like the Butte, Dave. Joe liked the Butte. Somebody else just did a video. My buddy Gnarly Gnome in Cincinnati just did one. He was talking about how good it actually was. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out at some point here. I got to load up with some more of the non-alcoholic beers just to have around, because I don't usually drink like towards the weekend, but during the week I usually don't drink anything. But I would grab one in NAs for sure. And as if we need any other days named after beer, because we pretty much will just drink anyway. Mm-hmm. This Sunday, National American Beer Day, October 27th, a day to honor the history of American beer and celebrate its future. Like, don't we do it every day we drink a beer?
Yeah.
Like,
wasn't it just beer day not too long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is the National American Beer Day.
I feel like it should be like, oh yeah, this is National Beer Day in honor of National American Beer Day coming up in the future. So they see there you go, it's the future.
Like, I just want to be the person in charge of naming the days. Like,
Right.
That's a sweet gig right there. All right,
Yeah.
let's see. Today's going to be National Cheese Pizza Day or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have a National Hoppy IPA Day yet or anything like that, or a national.
We might.
We might. We might. It might be out there somewhere. It isn't blown up as big as of yet, right? But I'm gonna draw a line at the National Shandy Day, because y'all know how I feel about shandy, so we're not going to go that far. So University of Idaho researcher uncovers how to prevent beer from exploding. Killer yeast that combat other pesky yeast. So he's turning yeast against yeast. But I can't think of the last time I've actually had like an exploding beer. Have you guys had one in a while or anything? Or
No.
Usually it's with the sours when it ends up happening nowadays. But
No.
apparently there's enough.
Oddly enough, I haven't had one from 450 North that's blown up in a long time.
Yeah, they're like the culprit, like the Unabombers of craft beer.
There for a while, I was like, here you open it. No, you open
What beer's that? 450 North, stand back, everybody.
it. Clear the room.
We got a robot that can open this just in case. So, yeah. Like, damn it, 450 North. Oh, we lost Dave there. Dave, come back. Dave, come back. No. Let's see here. So Kraft Ohana. This kind of surprised me a little bit here. The parent company of Maui Brewing Company and Modern Times Beer now formed a new partnership to manage Modern Time Beer's hospitality operations. So they're breaking up Modern Times between a couple different groups on how to manage them. And Kraft Ohana has both of them, but I always felt like when you look back on beer, I thought Modern Times was bigger than Maui, but Maui was actually bigger, I guess, than Modern Times. But years ago, Modern Times was like on the tongue of a lot of beer drinkers. Like, you just, now it's kind of like being all just hodgepodge away. It's kind of crazy to actually see that out there.
Yeah.
Well, before I got cut off, some of the holidays that today are, it's my best winter skin day. It's National Bologna Day, National Jamaican Jerk Day, National Kangaroo Awareness Day,
Kangaroo Awareness Day,
Senior Urinary Tract Infection Awareness Day, World Tripe Day.
Just making shit up now.
That's what I
I'm
was
reading
saying.
nationaltoday.com. So there you go.
Oh, well, the only one that can do the kangaroo day would be Sammy. So, oh yeah,
yesterday ended in Y day. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on here?
yeah. But I haven't seen a Modern Times beer in a good amount of time either, though. So maybe that's why Modern Times fallen on some hard times. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean they were a great brewery, but they're just gonna be like contracting stuff out. Like the actual like tap rooms in San Diego were some of the best. They had like some great ones there.
Yeah.
I remember we got them here for a little bit. I was so excited when they come, and then they, as long as they were here, they were gone that quick. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, 'cause everybody kind of knew them there, but it was like Maui Brewing you would see in spots, and it would take them a little bit longer to move, but Modern would fly off. But apparently now it's Maui was doing good from the article I was reading, but it was more Modern not now. Times have changed. And then out of PA, Harrisburg-based Appalachian Brewing Company recently announced the launch of a new beer to support the relief efforts in North Carolina following the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene. So a lot of companies still doing stuff, a lot of breweries still doing stuff to help out down there. So if you happen to see Appalachian Brewing Company in Pennsylvania, because like PA Brew News is here and a few other people that get the PA beers, that might be a brewery you want to check out if you want to try to get some beer and support someone helping out the cause down there as well. And of course, you'll see other breweries out there probably having stuff on their cans and labels too. So just, try not to forget about the people that are Asheville that are trying to pull stuff together if you can.
Yeah.
If you're doing your beer shopping this weekend, maybe take a look at some of your regional ones that might be able to help out. And then neither of you guys really watched the Premier League, right? As much.
Flip it on if there's like nothing on, but like I couldn't tell you who's leading.
Yeah. Well, one of the news that came out of there is that Tiger, which is out of, I'm saying Tiger's out of India, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
That they became the official beer partner of Manchester United, which is huge because Manchester United is one of those top teams that has like such a huge fellowship behind them. So they should see a pretty good boost on what they're doing there because Premier League, just like NASCAR in the States, it's just like, who's the sponsor? Okay, we're on board to support our team type thing.
Yeah.
As they partner with Manchester, be like partnering with the Yankees or something, right?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah. With that Manchester United, even though Manchester City is the one that's kind of more dominated now, the Manchester United fan base is that much more bigger. So, yeah. And, so that'll be huge. I mean, I've never tried Tiger beer. That's another one. I've seen it as from like an international standpoint, like Jungle Gyms or something like that and everything. When a Party Source would have it, I was like, maybe give them a try, check them out. I need to get more international flavor coming back to the channel.
But I'm always worried about picking up stuff like that. Like you wonder how fresh is it? Like,
sure, that's true. Yeah.
Coming over on a slow boat. Like how good is this going to be compared to just having it there?
Well, the question is then, on some of them, like some imports, you'll look at them now in the bottle and it'll say like brewed in Boston, Massachusetts, blah, blah, blah. Like they have some spots here where they do, and they have a recipe from over there, which then again, depending on how they get everything done with the water and all that kind of stuff, it might not be the same exact thing, but sometimes you can find stuff that's done here.
Yeah, a couple years ago in the show, I wanted to do an old school beer, so I grabbed one of those big ass cans of Foster's. I'm like, all right, I haven't had this. I mean, we remember those, it's Australian for beer mates, the commercial. So I grabbed it, then I'm having it, and I look at the can. It was like made in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Fort Worth. That was the picante salsa.
Oh, so New York City.
Yeah. I was thinking.
Tell my Foster's made in Texas.
But then every other thing, then if they're going to make it here, why are we paying the import price still? Right?
Yeah.
So kind of get screwed on that one there.
Well, like Sapporo, because now they own Stone, so I guess like a lot of the Sapporo that we're going to get here in the States is going to be made in San Diego with Stone. Yeah,
because they're going to be doing a lot of that stuff there, right? But so will it be treated as domestic here then, or will it still be the import? Then that's the question. So Della, We Are beer collab is about to release here in November. Statewide collaboration help grow the Delaware craft brewing industry. So they're getting a lot of the breweries are collabing, releasing the first one. I think it's going to be in a series of different ones, but they're going to be trying to get more representation for Delaware, which is good for them. I think the only thing I've had at Delaware, and I really like them, with their First State Brewing Company is pretty solid, but I know you got some other ones over there doing some things. So good chance to maybe check out some Delaware beers if you happen to come across them. I don't know what's going on over in the UK, but the Brits are now being warned about their favorite beer brands going down in alcohol strength. So we talked here, I don't know, like a month and a half ago about them actually talking about going from a pint to smaller sizes over there. Well, now they're cutting ABV. So like on the Facebook page, I had released a piece where Grolsch is now going down to 3.4% ABV. It was 5. They went to 4. Now they're going to 3.4. You just mentioned Foster's. Foster's is dropping down to 3.7. There's like all these brands that are starting to cut ABV over there. So I don't know if the Brits can't handle the alcohol as much anymore. They're getting a little too crazy or what, but there's definitely a movement over there on reducing ABV. So for our buddies Craig and everyone over there in the UK, we got to find out what's happening. Why are they cutting you guys' alcohol? It's like, getting too crazy, too out of hand.
That's like everything here with like shrinkflation, where you used to get like a 1 pound bag of something and it's now 14 ounces and they charge you the same price. So I wonder if that's something along the lines of that.
Well, I think over there it's like the more with just the health standards. I think they're trying to maybe invoke, like trying to get there, because there was a thing that came out about the pint sizes where they did a study, and if people drank less, they'd be more healthier type thing. And I think they're kind of doing that. It was even here in the States we're going through. In fact, the next thing I was going to talk about in Michigan, beer and wine manufacturers are now concerned about their new dietary guidelines. So they're teaming up with some of the local state Senate type things on bills that are being proposed. There was a piece that came out. I don't know if you guys saw it, probably would say 3 or 4 months ago. And it used to be like, you could be a male and have 2 glasses of beer and be fine a day, a woman 1 glass or whatever, or wine or whatever it may be. Now they're saying none of it's actually any good for it. And it's like this created this kind of uproar that's taking place. And like some of your, I don't know, new prohibitionists are kind of like trying to now stop people from having fun and being able to drink. And so it's kind of like this whole thing that's taking place. And some of these people that are in office are like trying to get bills passed about the alcohol rules and regulations, because we still have some parts of the country that have like the restrictions where they're dry counties, which still blows my mind. In 2024 we have dry counties on here. Like, live your life. Well,
like if JT's still on, because we live pretty close to each other, I didn't know there's like a 2-block section of our neighborhood that's dry. And they're trying to get that like revamped. But I'm like, oh, wait a second. Yeah, because they're trying to open up a new restaurant, a burger place, and they usually sell beer and spirits, but they're part of that like 2-block area.
So in that area, you can't like get alcohol in any spots. There's no liquor store. There's nothing. It's just, yeah.
And the restaurants, it's, they can't serve liquor.
Wow. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like a Mexican restaurant there, and they want to be able to serve, Coronas or margaritas or whatever, and they can't. And this burger chain that's going to open up, they want to sell beer. But yeah, it was like weird reading like the story on that, and like this little section of the neighborhood is dry.
Like an old ordinance or something, I guess. Yeah. The things you find out.
Yeah.
We were talking about Wisconsin earlier. New Glarus Brewing, they're actually breaking ground on a new $55 million facility. So while you're hearing some of the craft breweries are pulling back, I mean, they're going forward with their expansion on stuff they got going on. So
maybe they can start distributing.
Maybe to pay for that new building, right? Get some stuff out of state to people. Yeah. It wouldn't be a bad idea. And then the other thing is there, Blue Point, they're actually launching their Big Mo Brew, double IPA, to raise funds and awareness for men's health during Movember. So for like prostate cancer and some other type stuff. So if you happen to see Blue Point and the Big Mo Brew, That's what that's actually all about with that one. I haven't had a Blue Point beer in a while, but
yeah, it's been forever since I've been forever since I've even seen one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know that I've ever had one.
Yeah. I don't think down here, it's funny because I'm being over in Maryland, I don't think I've seen any when I was in Kentucky. Like we get the toasted lager and some of their other stuff there. And it's pretty solid of a beer. They're owned by one of the big boys now too. I think it might be AB and Bev or whatever, but yeah, interesting. So they're actually doing that there to try to do something. I was never really got the Movember type thing. I mean, I know it's like men's health, but the Movember is like you don't shave, I guess, or whatever. Is that what the Movember is all like? Because I'm like, if you don't shave anyway, you wouldn't notice it.
That's how this started. Yeah. This started like 9 years ago. I'm like, all right, I'm lazy. I don't want to shave anyway. And I have not gotten rid of it in 9 years.
Yeah.
I used to just have like the soul patch and just like the long chin goatee, but now I'm fully bearded.
Was that during November when you started it though?
Yeah.
Like,
I started like November. Okay. I'm like, all right, it's fine. I'm lazy. I don't have to shave the rest of this shit. And
Same here,
Dave.
The year after my dad passed away, no shave November. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
And then that was in 2014. I've had it ever since.
Yeah, I think mine was like 2015. I'm like, all right, I'll keep it. Yeah.
Only because my mom and Shannon was like, you look too much like your dad if you shaved off. Like, we don't want you shaved off now because you remind me too much of him if he did. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'm like, I was like, I don't want to shave anyway. I just like fair enough. Now I just got to trim a little bit around my neck, and that's it. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, usually I get to the point. It's funny, like if I get the whole beard thing, I just shaved mine off more recently and stuff. Because if you're going to shave, you got to stay on top of it and shave. Because if you don't shave, once you get past that itchy part, you start to get like, well, it's actually not that bad now. You just get going. It's just like, well, fuck it, I'm here now. We're going to keep it rolling, right? Yeah. We'll trim a little here and there, and we're good to go. So yeah, I'll probably grow back at some point. JT said, I love some Oscar Blues. Yes, indeed. Anybody will declare a national day. What do you think of my idea of a national day for every style? Let's do it. I'll go for a Berliner Weiss Day. There you go. I said pickles and Giardiniera when I shipped to Rod Todd. Yeah. Gardeniera. Yeah, because everybody can't be sending sauces, right? Like that's like the most common answer. If that's on Family Feud, top 100 answers on the board. What do you call beer being shipped to someone? Yeah. And somebody be like sauces, number one answer. Like it's just like
I didn't think of Giardiniera. I'm gonna have to steal Giardiniera next time I go. Because my fallback's kombucha. Oh yeah, I make kombucha.
You ever watch those? Like I haven't popped my Facebook feed from time to time, but they have like the Steve Harvey Family Feud takes when he's got a little like couple minutes. He'll ask him a question and stuff, and it's just like the funnier type answer and stuff. And there was like one that came on today, and it was like the two people were up there, and it was like, what is the name? Like, who was the top answers on the board or whatever? Blah blah blah. Give me a word for a type of crack or whatever. And the woman butts in, and she's like, crackhead. And Steve Harvey being Steve Harvey's like looking at her like thinking like you got to be the dumbest and go do it. And they turn around and ping is like number 3 answer. Yeah, but those are the ones that crack me up on some of the answers that people give from time to time. Like,
I've seen one where it was like name something that has the word pork in it. And the guy, Steve walks up to him, the guy goes, "You pine." And Steve goes, "You pine." Like, what? And he's like, "What is you pine? Porcupine?" Like, yeah, okay. It's like, "You pine."
Right.
Come on, man.
But there was one with the woman, they were like, what is Popeye's favorite food? And she breathes in real quick. She's like, chicken.
Yeah. Good thing she didn't say olive oil. Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, there's some people in the world. You wonder, it's like, is this for real? Like, people, I think some of them are. Some maybe, yeah.
Even Popeye's workers would smack her for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just so funny because she did it like with the confidence, knowing she had the number one answer, right? Like,
Yeah, like, no doubt. I'm bored.
oh gosh. Go to nationalcalendarday.com, register a national day. There you go. We should all register our channels out there for days, you know.
Yeah.
National Rajay Day.
Yeah.
National Rajay Beer Deal Day.
Yeah.
Every store has to give at least 40% off.
Right.
I remember when beer in Florida couldn't be over the 3.5 law. Yeah, I mean, that's the essence of why you had, like, again, going back to our timeless smoking the bandit, why they were running the beer from Texas to Florida, because they couldn't get that. They couldn't get quarters in Florida because it was too high.
It's just crazy.
Hyper local law from the early 20th century when Chicago had taverns everywhere, but the folks in these 4 or 5 blocks voted to go dry. So yeah, JT's familiar with it there.
Yeah.
To be fair, there were not a lot of restaurants there until recently. Sonic does make a good burger. I give them that. They got a decent burger. The only problem with Sonic is when you go to Sonic and you go to order, you get depressed when you're ordering. At least I do. I look up there and it's like, oh, I like to get a milkshake. 1,500 calories.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
I don't need a milkshake that much. I'll just give me a chili dog.
Yeah.
900 calories. I'm like, you come out of there, you get fat before you even order anything.
I'm already full. Don't give me the food.
It's like, whose bright idea of marketing was it to put the calories on the sign?
Okay.
It's like you wouldn't get one of those little things where you got like the candy and the shake ice cream type thing, whatever like that. It's like 2,500 calories. Like, come on, man. 3.5 was stationed in Oklahoma too. Yeah. There's no National Day. I hear Day and I think of Friday though. Craig's cousin. McDonald's steak, egg, and cheese bagel, best breakfast sandwich. I do like the steak, egg, and cheese bagel. I've had that a few times. Although, let's make sure your belly's ready for it, because sometimes if your belly's not ready for it, be at home.
It's like
Yeah. You drive across country and get one, and you're like, oh, I need to make a stop somewhere.
What's that noise?
Be like Buford T. Justice and Smoking the Bandit trying to find the bathroom. That El Diablo. I need to crack open another beer here. Looks like you have another beer right here. So this is one, because 11% wasn't enough, and it's been that kind of week. I'm going to take it up a notch. So this is the one that was at the Cucamonga. This will be interesting because I had this one aged. So this is 3 Floyds. And Todd, you know this one.
Oh yeah, the coconut.
Yeah, the coconut one. And then this was 15.6% ABV.
Yeah, I remember when I don't know if it's the same ones you got before, but I remember when you got those before. Maybe that's the same. I was like, what is that? Like, the brewery's here in Indiana, and I have never even seen it before. Yeah. Like, how does that make? That doesn't make no sense.
So it's funny. One of the short videos, just a fart. Was there just a fart? What's up, Mark? Cheers. One of the videos I just released was talking with the Lager Room guys. We were talking about some of the beer deals we come across and stuff. This one was one, and I sent to Todd because Todd had not seen this before, whatever. And I went there, and they had this on a closeout type thing. So this is a barrel aged imperial style, 15.6. And I'm like, well, what's it cost or whatever? Like the 4-pack or whatever. Because usually it was like, I think it was like 18 or 19. And the guy's like, I think that one is like $6.99. I think a 4 or something. We're closing out. Like, what? Like, he went back and checked. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I think he did like 6. I'm like, and he couldn't find a thing. So he said, yeah, we'll give it for $6.99 or whatever like that and everything. So I ended up getting a couple of the 4-packs. So I could have got a lot more. I could have cleaned them out. But I come back like a couple of days later. It's like $10.99. So I actually got a deal on a deal. So it was already down, but he gave me a little bit more down, which was great. So, but I was like, I had never seen that one until I actually went there. And Todd was like, I can't even get that here. And I'm in the state with them. But
Dave's actually probably closer to them than I am. So
yeah.
Have you ever seen that one before?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah. This is a coconut imperial stout. And or they still make this one out there.
Oh no.
There you go. It still holds well, of course. Yeah, still get a nice chocolate coconut smell coming out. With coffee in the background there.
Nice.
It is still smooth as hell. Nice sweetness. Got a little bit of a brown sugar type feel to it too. This will get where you want to go real fast. If they come in a 4-pack, would not recommend drinking a whole 4-pack. Just saying. This is like one of those good ones too. Like when it's, drink stouts all year, but when it's like cold in the winter or something like that, and you want something to chill in front of the fireplace or put your feet up, this is a nice one to actually have.
Good one there, yeah.
The body's got that little cream, almost like milky type feel to it and everything. So no lactose though. No lactose,
very good.
but
Very good.
Yeah. But it's just velvety smooth, and as it sits there after you drink, you start to feel that heat come from the alcohol a little bit in the chest. So yeah, it's nice though. It's a good one.
How long you think you had that one?
I got this one. I think when I told Todd about it, it was when I moved here. It's probably at least 2 years.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah, because I had to ask when he comes back if he remembers when, but it wasn't last year. It was at least the year before. So this was the last of the ones I had there, which is always the fun of being able to get these beers and sell them and see how they actually mellow out. When I had it before, it was still within that period, and it was still pretty decent, but now it's got a little bit more of that mellow feel to it. So very nice.
Moira, you want to come up and say hi?
Moira!
Moira's like, no, don't pick me up.
Moira's here. I just heard burgers. I was waiting for the burgers to hit the ground. Here's the funny thing I did earlier. I got to post it on the community tab. So have you ever thought about doing a chat GTP for your channel?
Yes and no. And I've actually thought about doing some like different voices for the weed water where I could use a different voice, but no, I have not. And I like what I will do. I've used like Grammarly for like some of the interviews because I type up everything ahead of time. And what I do is like I send out the ballpark outline of the interview. So if there's something the person doesn't want to talk about or they want me to add to it, I could always do that. But most of the interview I know ahead of time. And also because I don't want to forget to ask something. So I use like Grammarly just to make sure that it's proper grammar when we're talking, especially like if I'm talking to a brewery person and I'm drinking beer, I don't want to like stumble over shit. So I use some AI stuff to correct that, but that's about it.
Well, with Chat GPT, so I went in because I have it on my phone and stuff, and I have it on the computer. I use stuff, and I say, you know what? I put in, tell me about J BeerVentures. Tell me in the @ Rod J BeerVentures. So it says, J BeerVentures is a YouTube channel that focuses on beer reviews, tastings, and discussions. It offers detailed insights into various beer styles, breweries, and beer-related events. The channel covers everything from craft beer reviews to beer news, brewery spotlights, and beer culture discussions. Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Then it says, Rod J, the host, shares his knowledge and passion for beer, providing a laid-back and approachable style. He engages with viewers through polls, live streams, and interactive content, fostering a community of beer enthusiasts. It's a resource for anyone interested in discovering new beers, learning about beer tasting, and staying updated on beer trends. I'm like, shit, you guess what? You're my new publicist, ChatGPT. I was like, that is actually pretty solid. So I'll share this on the community tab, but it's kind of cool. Like, I was like, take your channel, put it in the ChatGPT, just tell me about, and put the name of your channel and see what it pulls up. Because it's kind of interesting what it can actually pull up and get out there for you.
You must have done that before. Like you said, I was on the short bus last week. So you probably did that a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I said, leave out episode 35, 46. Leave out the parts where it says he's a jackass right now. Leave out the part when he gets yelled at by Mal. No, it's all good there. Emerson in the house. Cheers, my friend. Well, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat there. Let's get down to brass tacks. Todd, what's it going to take for you to put on a hairpiece and come in as Wolfman Jack for the Halloween show? Todd is Wolfman Jack. I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't take much probably.
That could happen. But thank you, sir. Appreciate the super chat as always. Let's see here. Let's hit this one.
$2 million. Woo! Love that money.
Little Ricky Bobby for you. JT says hello to Emerson. Cheers to Mark, and then cheers back to JT. Appreciate you. This is really good. This is really smooth. Really dangerous. 15.6. But hey, I only got one more day of work this week, so just got to get through.
Tomorrow's going to be a lost day. Yeah.
It's always on Friday. Well, I always start off on Fridays doing emails and stuff. That gives me a little bit more time before getting into the flow of things, right? So
hope this email finds you well, and you're just like, fuck, no, it's not.
Yeah. When you get called at the right time. Let me get my sausage biscuit first before you start emailing me stuff. Get my coffee. Yeah. Definitely gotta have my coffee on Friday. I'm one of those coffee people in the morning. Is just like, come in where you're just like, good thing about being remote, I'm not going to the office. I'm going to the office, they'd be like, I'm definitely that grumble kind of guy. Like somebody trying, hey, what's going? Like, don't come at me with that happy attitude. I have not had my coffee yet. You're a morning person. We can't connect right now. But I'm definitely more of the night than a morning person. You guys aren't morning people though. Yeah. You guys are more night people, right? I think.
I'm more a morning person.
Really? Your energy's higher in the morning?
Yeah, but it's like for so long, like even as a kid, like I had a paper route. So I was up at the crack of dawn at like 12, 13 years old because I had to deliver papers. And then from that, then, I'd take a shower and get my stuff and go to school. And then for the longest time, I would work at 5:30 in the morning. So I'd have to wake up at 3:30. So I'm definitely more of a morning person.
Yeah.
I'm kind of both, really. Like mornings don't bother me. I'll wake up, no problem, whatever. But now I'd say probably more of a night person because I stay up late also. So it's like, my time of sleep is like very little.
It's like where's your peak energy actually hits you? Like for me, my peak energy is like in the afternoon and going into the evening when I'm ready to roll. That's why I consider myself to not be the morning, because in the morning it's like I'm just like, winding up that Evel Knievel cycle in the beginning. It's going to take a while. I give it a few revs before I can actually get going.
See, I don't know. It's hard for me because I say like after 7 o'clock in the evening, I'm good.
Yeah.
But morning also, like if we're going on trips or something, and she's a horrible morning person. I'm always like, come on, let's go and get stuff together, like moving along. Let's do it. And she's like, it's too early. I don't want to. Let's go. Come on, let's get it going.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a weird specimen, I guess, because I'm kind of both. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Todd, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff right there, JT. I love some Delirium Red. That's just like that's liquid candy right there.
Delirium, yes.
Yeah, cherries and elderberries. When I had Delirium Red, it's like if they took like licorice, not the thick Twizzlers, but like those little thin ones, and they put them all together and they just melted it down in alcohol. It's just like drinking that. It's just like Yeah. That's one of those other beers. Like, I'm good right now. Yeah, I'm good. But you know what? The Belgians got it down a long time ago. They know how to make some beers over there. That's what I said. Belgium's one of the countries that I want to visit, but it better be my last because I might not come back if I get there.
Right.
I told my wife before. She's like, "What'd you do? Like, if something happened? Like, well, I mean, do whatever. But I probably travel. When I get to Belgium, I just become a monk." She's like, "What? You can't." She's like, "You wouldn't be a monk. Like, the beer they make, I can easily be a monk."
I don't know if taking like a vow of silence would help the social media channel.
No. I'll be one hand monk, social media person.
Yeah.
Sign language at best.
Yeah. Like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off on the social media channel. Yeah. Yeah, that's there. And Germany, more so where they make Rausch beer now.
Yeah.
Where Excellent Curl is. I forgot what part that's actually in. I'd have to look at my thing, but I would love to see that brewery. That's become one of my favorite breweries to actually check out every time they come out with something new. Every time I see one, oh, it's a new Shinkurla. Got to pick it up. You know, that smoked beer. Yeah. Yeah.
See, now Emerson's got me wondering, Wolfman Jack. Like, which Wolfman Jack are you looking for here?
There's only one Wolfman Jack.
No, I know. I've seen all the pictures. I've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, the younger one, older one. Like, I already got the beard, so you know, it wouldn't be too hard. I don't have the hair for it.
Yeah, you got to get that in that deep, gravelly voice.
Yeah, you got to listen to him so you can do the voice and stuff for Wolfman Jack. I was trying to do it, but I kept laughing. I can't even do his voice right now. It just cracks me up. But he was a classic. He was classic back in the day.
Oh yeah, just go on YouTube, get some old clips from the Midnight Special where he was on. He was at every Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, Midnight Special. Yeah.
Yep.
You get like a mullet and the headband, put some sunglasses on, be like Macho Man walking around.
Yeah.
Get like muscle shirt, some rainbow color muscle clothes or whatever. Like, oh yeah,
yes, step into a Slim Jim.
Like Shannon, dig it. Oh man, yeah.
You may not like it, but you better accept it.
I trust your judgment of Wolfman Jack, Todd. You complete me. You know what's funny is like I read that from Emerson, and for some reason in my mind it played out like in Deadpool's voice, like a Ryan Reynolds, because that's something he would have said to like Wolverine in that movie.
Can one cute dog have the worst smelling fucking gas? My God.
You got carpet. What's this crop dusted by your dog?
Like, I'm just sitting there. It's like, and she just looks at me like all innocent, like I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
there's only two people in this room.
Don't blame me.
More like bro.
We used to have a greyhound that was the same way as like, he'd clear a room in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, do I have your attention now?
Yeah. Like, what? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Like,
dogs are running around a circle like somebody else is in the room.
Yeah. You are wrong. You are wrong.
She's like, my job is done.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need another beer. Why don't you go say hi to mommy for a while?
So you got any beer fest coming up there, Todd, or anything? Or you guys anything on the calendar?
No, nothing. No. Nothing the rest of the year, really, I don't think.
Yeah.
Beer fest wise, anyway. Now this week here is Louisville Beer Week. This week, so all the breweries have been doing, special beers and stuff. So it's been kind of good. But yeah, as far as festivals go, there's not been anything on the probably next March.
Yeah.
February, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I have the one end of February up in Cincinnati. And then I know you got one coming up here in a couple weeks. I haven't decided yet if I want to go or not. It was a good one when I went a couple years ago, but they moved it to a new location. And it's like, well, responsible Uber out, Uber back. It's like, I don't even know where new location is. And be like, yeah. Tell you what, driving to Baltimore is definitely an adventure. Definitely an adventure. The Uber. Baltimore's got to be like one of the worst cities I think I've been in for not just drivers, for pedestrians in general. Like, they don't know how to read signs anywhere. Just be like walking out there. And it's like, dude, like, it is just like, if people hit their brakes, it is just like, I'm walking over, like, you're like freaking Dustin Hoffman or whatever out. No, was it, who's it who said I'm walking over here? Was that Pacino?
No, it was Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman, yeah. Midnight Cowboy, yeah. And it's just like, dude, you're not even in your light. Like, and it's just like, it's just like oblivious. And then it's just like, you know, and then the driving on stuff. Like, people just, for some reason, I've never seen a city where motorcycles can run in like they want to run. Usually when you're on a motorcycle, you have to obey the same traffic signals as a car. Not here.
That's optional.
They run them all the time, right in front of the cops, and the cops don't do anything, I guess. Yeah. So it's kind of a weird type thing. But
and the same thing here with bicycles. Like, they don't stop for anybody. I'm like, you want me to obey traffic laws, but you're gonna like run and like almost run me over as a pedestrian? No.
Yeah. Oh, dude, with the to Big Daddy's thing here, Safe Bagel, you gotta watch the grease for sure if it drops off. Yeah. The scooter things, like, I've seen stories where the scooter things have taken out people and actually killed like a couple people where people collide with them. And I'm like, they're not even supposed to be on the sidewalk for one. They're supposed to be on the street, but people ride them on the sidewalk because they're afraid to be on the street. And if someone comes out and they nail them, I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I'm old school. I just like walk. I just walk. I'm like, get the exercise in. And we were like, why are we getting so fat in America? Well, we got all kinds of reasons why we're getting fat in America. And people don't want to walk anymore. They don't exercise anymore. Kids are opting out of gym classes. Like, who opts out of a gym class?
Yeah.
Like, that had to be the best class of the day to go to back in the day.
Your day.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to do gym. Like,
yeah. What is wrong with you? It's like, that has to be the spot to go. I mean, I guess you were the kid that weren't getting picked. Maybe that would bother you, but that problem. I always felt bad about that. When like, you get to the last few kids and they're like, no, you can have, like, no, but one here, the coach, because the coach would have to come out and they'd be like, you there and you there. And we're like, no, they can have them both. They can have them both. We're good. Yeah. Yeah, we were kind of that dick kind of kid in school. No, we're good. We're good. We don't want Timmy. Yeah. Yeah, but the electric scooter things are kind of crazy. Blow a stop sign and give the evil eye to the driver who almost hit him. Yeah, like it was the driver's fault, right? Yeah. Like, you blew the sign, but it's a driver. Yeah. Yeah, do the Serenity now, because it brings back stuff. I sit here in our spot where we're like above an intersection. I'll just watch some of the stupid stuff. My wife's like, will you stop getting in the window? It always like fires you up. I'm like, look at this dumbass down here. Like, people going the wrong way on the one way. I don't know why it aggravates me. I mean, it's not affecting me really. It's just I'm becoming that cranky old man. And
you're the get off my lawn guy right now.
I'm starting to turn into the get off my lawn guy. Like, it's a rule. Just obey the rule. Stop starting trouble, young punk, young whippersnapper. Oh, never thought I'd get to be that guy, but I'm starting to get there, I guess. So yeah. Any let's see, as we're talking here, any good shows you guys are watching right now? Anybody watching any good thing out there? If you're on TV?
Yeah, let's see. What am I watching right now? Do you watch From?
You know what's funny? I got From DVR, but I've not started watching it yet.
Yeah, so we're watching season 3 now. So it's that's pretty good. It's pretty well. If you haven't watched it.
That's got the guy from Lost, the black guy from Lost is on that, right? I think.
Yeah. like the main dude.
Yeah.
It just started yesterday on Prime. It's called Game 7, and it's like a 5 or 6 part series on different Game 7s in sports. So it's
That
got a
sounds
couple
pretty
hockey.
cool.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty
really?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, and they do like a deep dive of that. So they had like an old Edmonton Oiler, Philadelphia Flyers won. They did like the Rangers when they won in hockey, the Cubs over the Cleveland Indians. So I mean, it was pretty interesting, and like they talked to a lot of people that were involved in it. So that I think it just came out yesterday, the day before. So I watched a couple of those, and that was really good.
I have to check that out.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, and then we
Yeah.
just started watching another. I think it's season 2. It's on Apple TV. It's called Shrinking.
Oh, I love Shrinking. That's
It's
such a great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so good.
I'm not going to try to read too much into that title. It's about somebody shrinking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Harrison Ford and Jason Segel are like the main stars in it, and they're both shrinks. They're both shrinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which really has nothing to do with that, but that's their occupation. I mean, a little bit they entwine it a little bit, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Watching the Sarah Boone trial, the suitcase murderer. She's guilty as fuck. Oh, I did not know about that one there. Well, you're watching that on what, like Court TV or something, right? Like, I think JT, because he's watching the true crime type stuff there. But I got all caught up on the Penguin. I'm actually digging that series. That's actually been pretty good.
I want to watch that, but I'm gonna wait till they all come out. I think.
Yeah, I think I just watched the 5th episode. I think it's either 6 or 8. I think that are part of it. So I'm getting close to it, but that's actually been pretty good, pretty entertaining throughout. Colin Farrell's pretty solid on it. So,
have y'all watched the documentary on the Menendez brothers?
No, but I just saw like they called today to actually have them reduced from life without parole to being released. The DA that convicted, yeah, that came out today, and part of it came from that show. It was introduced new evidence that got followed up on stuff, and the DA came out today pretty much recommending to have a new sentence, and that basically they should be eligible for parole immediately.
It's interesting. It's crazy for sure. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, well, they had all this different stuff coming out about how they were abused and everything, I guess. So,
well, I mean, yeah.
But like, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go work? Yeah, what are you gonna put on your resume for the last like 30 years? I'm a Menendez brother. You know you're gonna make money from like reality TV or something, but you're not doing a 9 to 5.
You said that.
Yeah.
You said that. He made me think of the Replacements.
Yeah.
You ever see the Replacements with Keanu Reeves, the football movie? And he's and he's reading the booth. He's in the booth, and he's like, and that was so and so, and says the player's name, and it seems like I can't find out where he's been. Oh, he's been under Fulton County or whatever for the last 30 years. Like he's trying to get his background information.
Yeah. So there's this basketball card that was, I don't know, back in the 90s. It's Mark Jackson. It's a Mark Jackson card, and it has the Menendez brothers sitting in the front row in the background of the card.
Oh wow, that's worth something now.
Yeah, it's going for like hundreds of dollars now.
Yeah.
I need to check. I need to check my cards to see, because I'm pretty sure I almost guarantee I'd have that card.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. I need to go look and see if I have it.
What's the one with the baseball card where at the bottom of the bat, it's written on it? It's
Billy
Ripken's brother. Yeah, Bill Ripken.
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah. Because that one actually goes worth something if you can find that one out there. I know too.
Then there's also like various where they tried to black it out or whatever, and they made different versions of it, and some of them are worth more than the original because they only made it's like limited release of those like blackout versions of it.
Yeah.
And there's like a bunch of variances of it. So like some of those are worth more than the actual. I've got that one that says that on there. I think.
Yeah. I did DVR. Speaking of crime stories, I am DVR, but I haven't watched yet the Aaron Hernandez story. That's on FX right now with people forget about him, the former tight end. I mean, that was there with Gronk.
You see the Netflix documentary on that?
On Hernandez? No,
Yeah,
I
that was
didn't.
like a couple years ago. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen
Okay.
that. Yeah, that is actually pretty good too. I
Yeah.
was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. Let's see here. A lot of legal channels on YouTube following like the Law Talk with Mike Channel, attorney from Chicago. The word incarcerated was invented by rich creeps like the Menendez brothers. Well, incarcerated was before them, though. That's been around for a long time. But it probably was a rich creep that came up with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I got like stuff DVR, but I just had a chance to watch some of the stuff that I want to watch still. But finding time is the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my wife, she loves The Bear. I haven't watched The Bear yet. I want to watch it. She's watched every episode of it, talking about how good it is.
I'm wondering, since she's watched, I want to know, did you watch that, Dave?
No.
That?
I for whatever reason I haven't watched it. Ruby's watched every episode. She loves it. I've just never started it.
I'm kind of curious of what they think. So we watched it also, and the third season, which was the most recent one, was just like the first two was great. Now this last season was just kind of, I feel like we both kind of feel like they try to make it more artsy fartsy kind of whatever. I don't know, just wasn't as good as the first season. So I'm kind of wondering what they thought about it. If they thought,
I'll have to like binge it one day and just get it all out of the way. But no, I've never seen 1 minute of it.
Well, I wonder if they got to a point where maybe they jumped a shark or something.
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm wondering the same thing. I almost feel like they packed it in on this past season.
Yeah.
That could just be our perspective. So I'm kind of wondering what their thoughts was of it.
Well, I think Yellowstone comes back in 2 weeks. So that'll be one that I'm looking forward to seeing. But I feel like Yellowstone was almost one that almost hit that shark, but they kind of reinvented himself in time to get it going again. So, yeah.
Did we talk a couple weeks ago? Have you guys watched The Old Man on Hulu?
Wow.
I got that DVR too, and I haven't watched it.
So
Jeff Bridges, yeah.
No, I'm not caught up. I still got a couple episodes to go.
Okay, so we're watching the current season now, but we're only like 4 episodes in, so we're watching. We're building it. So I think what the finale's on this week or next week, I can't remember.
Okay,
which it is, I think. But
but that's a good one too.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. JT said he got turned off by The Bear.
Okay.
Well, does Liz still watch it, JT, or both of you guys not watching it now?
See, I thought the first 2 seasons that was great, and this past season,
yeah. But he worked in the restaurant industry for 400 years, and I'm bitter.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah. I mean, I always hear great things about The Bear, so I just, again, wasn't one I was able to get into, but it's, she has her shows, I have mine. So like, I've never seen like Game of Thrones, and she watched every one of them. She's still like, I can't believe you never watched this, blah, blah, blah. So
now she's watched it. I've watched it. She loves that show. She's watched the whole thing.
Yeah, and she watched the last one that came out, the spinoff or whatever. So she's been watching that one too. So yeah. I guess it was a spinoff, right? The last one?
Yeah.
But it was a spinoff, but it was before Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You were, yes.
Yeah.
See, I didn't care much for that one.
Yeah. And I think they got another one they're doing too, so I don't know.
Spinoff of a spinoff.
Sometimes just like jealous how much time people actually have to watch all these shows.
Yeah.
I can't even keep my videos up to date. You watching all these TV shows. Yeah. Well, the Kuchimachunga, Timmy and Makata, whatever, going down pretty good.
Now, do you guys watch Only Murders in the Building?
No, but I've heard good stuff about that too with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez.
It's quirky, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. And then they added like some other big names to it too this last season, right?
Episode's got like a bazillion stars in. I'm like, like I think every character in it's like an actual movie star. Like a big name.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I don't know. I've just never gotten into Martin Short. Like, to me, and it's just me, because obviously he doesn't need my, high five. I've never found the guy funny, so I can't like watch anything with him in it.
No, I get that because I'm that way at some points with him too. I was like, I can take him or leave him, but I think he's good. But it's like also this time I'm like, is he though? I'm not really.
Yeah. Even when he did the Saturday Night Live skit with the pointed hair dude or whatever he did back then,
never.
You didn't like that one? Oh wow, okay. I thought he was pretty funny when he did that character. Yeah.
What was this
Three Amigos? Not with the Three Amigos, even like him with Steve Martin and Chevy Chase. No.
Can't get into him.
Liz binged the whole show each time, but she watches more TV shows than me. The Old Man, the Penguin, Only Murders, a lot of other stuff I can't. Yeah. See, the Penguin, I'm with the Penguin. I haven't seen the Old Man yet. I haven't seen Only Murders. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Penguin's on my list to watch, but I'm like I said, I'm waiting for it all to come out. So
yeah, they get some pretty good programming. They put on like Max and stuff that they get from some of the different shows, and they got another one coming out with I think it's Jeffrey Shine, the guy that was in Westworld, the black guy that he's on another new series coming out on HBO, I think in January or something. He's a pretty good actor. So
right on the Penguin, do you need to watch other shows or whatever to kind of be familiar?
No, the only thing before the Penguin was the Batman movie.
Okay.
With that dude from the Werewolves or whatever. I can't remember the guy's name. Twilight Zone dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Twilight Zone. Not Twilight Zone. Yeah. So, actually I enjoyed that movie. That was a pretty good Batman flick, but the show takes off pretty much from the edge of where that left off from the movie. Okay. So yeah, but if you come in and watching the Penguin, not seeing the movie, you're still watching a pretty good show. But it makes some references back to the Riddler who was in the movie.
Oh,
yeah. And like the first episode, I think they make a reference to Batman in that one. So like they call him like the Bat Vigilante or whatever because they haven't really named him yet. So
which I've pretty much seen all those anyway. So I was just wondering if there's like some kind of quirky things you kind of need to be familiar with or whatever. You know.
Yeah. Like so if you've seen the movie, it's kind of there's little things that get dropped in there because they show frames of the guy that did play the Riddler in the movie, kind of, but it's kind of like little Easter egg type things, but you wouldn't really miss too much if you didn't see the movie.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah. But speaking of movies, interesting movie coming out would be the Marvel, which Marvel's got like so much stuff happening. The whole Secret Wars coming out because they got Robert Downey playing Doctor Doom. Mm-hmm. I'm a big Marvel geek, so I don't know if you guys are big into Marvel stuff, but it's kind of like you kill him as Iron Man, and you're going to bring him back in this other thing as a Doctor Doom, which we've had some characters that have kind of kicked over and done other Marvel roles and stuff like that, but I feel like you could have probably got somebody else, but
that's a big role to try to, take it away from right there.
But from the way it's kind of getting told from some of the other stuff I saw, and this is like something when you see Deadpool versus Wolverine, you can kind of see with that. And when they did the Doctor Strange multiverse type stuff, they're kind of tying it in some type of way. So I don't think it's going to be like a Robert Downey from the Iron Man universe he's a part of, but going to be like from a multi-universe where he actually went bad in that universe, possibly. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of interesting. So, which is funny because there's a part, I can't tell you because you haven't seen Deadpool Wolverine. I know you want to see it, but there's a part in it too. Like when Deadpool runs into somebody and he's like, oh, this guy's great, blah, blah, blah. He goes to do stuff and he's not playing the role he knows him as. Mm-hmm. It's one of the role that he played in another movie. And he's like, what the fuck? Because he's surprised by what the guy does, but it's hilarious. So you got to see Deadpool versus Wolverine. It's just, that's one of the best Marvel ones. You can see why it's blowing away the records and stuff. Trez in the house. What is up, homie? Cheers, my friend. Happy Thursday. You out there on the JOB right now, getting it done. Cheers, Trez. Cheers, AT. And I'm gonna have some news for you next week, Trez, by the way, as well. So stay tuned.
So you were talking about Beer Fest a little bit ago. I was like, the one in February in Cincinnati would be nice to go to. But I was just thinking, I was like, wonder if Trez could go.
We'd probably get Trez to go to that one. I would think Trez would probably, we don't know in advance and stuff. Trez knows, Trez is in Cincinnati, so he knows how crazy it probably gets for Beer Fest. Yeah. But I like to go to Beer Fest. I like to go to Bach Fest too. So then you get that.
So when is that?
Bach Fest is usually the week before or the week after Beer Fest.
I was gonna say, it's right there at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like on that weekend. That's usually a pretty good time, especially if you're a Bach fan. And it's like a parade and all kinds of events and all kinds of stuff takes place.
So the beer fest in February, that's when we went to at the Synergy or the indoor
Duke Energy. Yeah.
Okay.
Dave, this beer fest is like crazy. Like I think I may have mentioned before you met her. It's like 500 beers still have at this beer fest. Well, they get like 200 something breweries, and these breweries bringing like 2 or 3 beer, right? So you have a ton of. It's like you literally have to plan out ahead, and it's like when you come out like Todd's seen, he come out of beer fest, and people are just like, "Woo!" Like, they're yelling, or like they're all in traffic and all kinds. It's like this has no way to end good for a lot of people out here. Like
they're like, "Hey, you want to leave?" Like, no, I just want to stay here and just watch people.
You see the people in the cars and like, God damn it, I came down during beer fest. I forgot about that tonight.
Yeah.
They're sitting there just honking their horn and people are running around. People trying to do cartwheels. We went a few years ago and Janice saying to pick me up, and she's watching people slide down the escalators, just need it was like, yeah, it's like Dark Lord Day with a lot of beers around, basically, probably. So it gets crazy. But the beers and stuff you get, the people you get to, it was a blast. It was a great time.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We got Phobab coming up here a little less than a month now, so that'll be good.
That'll be awesome there. Yeah, that's something I want to get to at some point up there in Chicago. This will be your second one you're going to, right?
Yeah.
Because you went to the first one last year. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the first one I was able to get to last year, and working on getting the day off of work, but I'll be off that day.
Yeah.
Is that one indoor? Is that an indoor?
Yeah, it's in like a basketball arena.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's spread out really good. And then they even have like a little non-alcoholic section and a lager lounge because, I mean, it's a lot of barrel-aged beers, and they're all 10, 12, 13%. So, like, sometimes you just got to take a time out.
Yeah, dial back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Teresa, you already know where I'm getting the money. Hell yeah, I can go. Hit me up, fellas. Can't wait. So, yeah, he's down to do Beer Fest. And actually, I spoke to the Kentucky Brew Crew. They came up years ago. We went to one, but they're talking about coming up again to do one. They're like, hey, if you come back to one, let us know. We'll definitely come up. I mean, so I like that. Like, people come together there, like do something. We do some YouTube type stuff too. So, yeah, but you definitely can. It's a blast. It's a good time, and yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, we did a volunteering and we did it like going in as a paid thing, and it's just like
I have been in that one twice as a worker.
Yeah, as a worker and paying in. Yeah, it's kind of nice when you just go to pay, you just go to have fun and stuff. But then it's like when you work, it's like you get everything pretty much on the house anyway. Like this is a beer fest day where they like encourage you to drink. They always like you do speech and stuff like they tell people like, but just don't be that one person that drinks too much because you know what the penalty is. We got to send you home. Like, wait a minute, I can get lit, and the only thing that happens to me, I get sent home. I don't know where I'm losing here. Like, everybody's like,
It's a win-win.
I don't have to clean up or anything. I just get to leave early. All right. It's a penalty, I guess.
So Dave, Brian and I worked this event. So they had like the what was the quick hit station?
The quick hit station, and but we just poured like cups of Sierra Nevada.
Just grab a little taster of beer. I'm like, you're at a beer fest. Why do you need something quick to walk to your next station to get a beer? Drinking a beer, I was like, aren't you doing it anyway? But anyway, so Ryan and I just took turns. We just walk around, grab beers from everything because we were in it, so we were getting everything free anyway. So I was like, all right, take turns. You go half hour, we'll go half hour, and see what happens.
Well, the thing is, like when you volunteer there, you don't have to wait in line. You can walk right to other taps and just pour your beer, which is so. I mean, you don't really lose as a volunteer, so unless you're like taking tickets or handing out the shirts or doing something up there in front. But if you're working the booths, you don't lose. It's just like But it was kind of funny the last one I went to because it was just like I think the last one I went to, we just went as customers, right? Like we didn't work that one. And it was like I was running into people like, hey, you trained me like 3 beer fests ago. You trained me over here. Like, so I felt like a little celebrity mode there, which was fun. Yeah. So good time. But
that was when we actually got Shannon was there walking around also.
Yeah, that's when we ran the baloney pole during that one. Yeah.
Yes.
We were polling people if they had fried bologna sandwiches at all growing up. So yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, we get Trez out there too. That'll be a blast for sure. It's a good time. Good time.
What part of February?
I think it's towards like that last time we had it might have been like that fourth week, I think maybe third or fourth weekend. I mean, if you want to come down, we can definitely let you know as well. I'd love to get you down for Oktoberfest at some point.
Yeah,
I told you because that's in October or September, rather.
Cincinnati or whatever.
Like a blast. Well, Todd, I don't think him and Shannon have been Oktoberfest either. So that's always a good time. Trez probably has, but
yeah, I do want to go to that one for sure.
Yeah. We have like the two big beer things, the Oktoberfest and the Beer Fest. We have the Beer Fest that also happens like in the summer or spring, but it's not as big as the winter one. The winter one is like the huge one. And then all the breweries, because it's winter, they think everybody's drinking stouts. They bring all their bigger ABV type things, and that's where it gets. And plus, the Beer Fest there, like liquor companies and stuff too that are a part now. So you'd have like, all kinds of liquor drinks on the second floor you go to, and different. It's pretty much a good party time. So you see a lot of people with the pretzel necklaces and all kind of keeping food close, right? Because idiots like us, like we never did stop at the food truck, and it's just like we ate afterwards, I think. But it was just like, we probably should have ate something there when we were going around. But then you're like, but that cuts into drinking time.
Yeah,
if I'm eating, I'm not drinking.
I don't do all that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. But yeah. What did anybody think about we had the first ever father-son basketball duo between LeBron and Bronny, who combined for a total of 16 points, courtesy of LeBron. I don't know how many rebounds he had. I think Bronny had 1 rebound. I mean, it's nepotism on a high level, no doubt about that. But it's kind of like,
I feel like that's the epitome of your mom, dad, whatever, being who they are, and you just walk into the job because of who they are. That was totally all that was, because he's not good at all.
And you're taking up a spot of someone,
right? Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Now, could he be somebody like that online? Maybe, I don't know, but it's kind of like what you see on him. Like, at the least, he probably should be G League or something, right? Or getting some stuff in.
Yeah, still be at USC another year.
Yeah,
but, in fairness, all right. So say he sucks, he got a guaranteed $7.9 million contract. Let him suck. He's set up for life. Not that he's not going to get money from LeBron.
I was going to say, besides his dad being a bazillionaire, he's set for it like me. On his own, he's doing all right now by himself. So
yeah. I mean, I can't hate LeBron and Bronny for pulling. I mean, they're going to pay you that money, then take advantage of it. But I'm just like when you look at it, it's just like
do that. Like the Lakers, LeBron runs the Lakers, so it's like
he definitely needs more work for sure. Yeah, but it's like I think it was done like I don't know. Every time I see like LeBron around Jenny Buss, maybe it's just me, but if you ever watch like something like she's got that look like she wants to get LeBron in the showers type thing, And I'm like every time I see the stuff like that, I'm like his wife's going to catch her with a left hook at some point because I can tell where she's like trying to scope him out or something.
I guarantee he's already been in the shower with her once or twice.
Well, they had the video come out where LeBron was like talking about ain't no party like a P. Diddy party. That is not aged well now. I see people pull that video up. I'm sure his wife has questions like, what happened at P. Diddy's party?
Come to my office and tell me a little more about that.
LeBron might find himself divorced in a bit. But
good for him. If Bronny can do it, like let him play.
Yeah, I know, right? What else they did? Yeah, I know. Ain't no telling. It's like we know what happened there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And his wife's going nowhere. If Kobe's wife stayed with him, she's not going anywhere.
Well, after that second $7 million ring or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. That's his get out of jail card right there. He's like, here, I got you this.
Yeah. enjoying the Lord of the Rings show on Prime. Okay, I've seen the previews for that, but I haven't seen it. I kind of fell out after The Hobbit. I never watched some of the other stuff they did with Lord of the Rings and things, but I don't know why. I think it was just a thing I just never connected back with it. Because I like the Hobbit movies.
They're so freaking long.
They are long. They are long. That's the other good thing about Deadpool Wolverine, because you go to these Marvel movies are like 3.5 hours nowadays. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was great. It was great, so it wasn't as long. And the cool thing was some of the nostalgia of some of the characters they have in it too.
Yeah. But like Endgame, that was 3 some hours, but you didn't really notice it because that was good.
That was really done well. Yeah. That was done good. Yeah.
Some 3-hour movies, like you're looking at your watch 30 minutes into it, like,
yeah,
come on, you got to pick this up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like 3.5 hours or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Watching Endgame was kind of like watching Goodfellas. You were just so enthralled with it, you didn't realize how much time was going by.
Yeah.
Well, you did that with Waterworld. You're like, you're going to find land or what around here? You're going to find land. I've been here for 2.5 hours and still no land. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Love that movie. I don't know. She's the one of the few that I know that actually liked it.
She's the only one that I know that actually liked it.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Fair enough.
It's like Waterworld and The Postman come up. It's usually the top two popular films that people don't like. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like something like Endgame. Yeah, it's like those movies like that you can sit back and enjoy, and it's just you don't even feel like Casino was that way. Like Scorsese does a great job with it. With his movies are like about 3 hours, but you're always like so enthralled by the storyline. He doesn't overdo it. Casino was like that. It's just every part like tied together. Quentin Tarantino does it with his stuff, Pulp Fiction and things like that, where it's kind of just all wrapped into it. But yeah, there's some movies you're just like you're looking down, like really, like we didn't need that scene. That scene could have been cutting room floor right there. So, but I started watching Speaking of Tarantino Saturday night last weekend. I was up late flipping through and Django, so I had to watch some of the Django stuff. That's the only movie I really hated Samuel L. Jackson for a role. Like, I'm like, will you kill Samuel L. Jackson?
Enough already. Enough.
Like, he played the role so good, you were like rooting for Django to kill him. So yeah. Oh man. God. Good flick is always a good flick, though.
Yep.
And what did you get for your third beer, Dave? Because you had another one, didn't you?
Yeah, I finish it off, and I'm actually have to cut out in a minute. But I had from Old Irving Reverie Rye. This is a pale ale, 5.3%. Really good. I mean, I love rye in my beers, so this is just a good rye pale ale. Yeah.
I always like that little spice kick you get from rye. Always makes it nice for sure. Yeah. Yeah, if you get a chance to see that one that I got to put the video up. I did the thing on Instagram. I think you saw the picture of it. That Great Lakes rye. If you happen to see that, because that was a limited series one, definitely check that one out.
I think we're like together. Like I look on my folder here of videos. I'm like, I got 10 videos I got to put up. And like a couple of them, I just wind up deleting. I'm like, you can't even get that beer anymore. Let me just get rid of this video. Like, I'm like, oh shit, I got to get these out. Yeah.
Well, even then, if you can't get anymore, it's still like a nice little thing to share out there because there might be somebody that might come across something similar to it as well, or the brewery might bring it back at some point. So, but yeah, that's it's tough. It's tough to get the time for. I mean, like people doing YouTube. I talk to people and they're like it's like you can't regulate yourself versus other people for one. Like, so some of these YouTubers, if you're not full time, you got to find a time where you can get it. So. It's
everybody works. We have families. We have shit to do. It's like sometimes, and you just want a beer. You don't want to have to pull out the camera and the phone and the microphone. Sometimes I just want to drink a fucking beer.
Yeah. Sometimes when I went to my wife was like, "You're not pulling that out right now." So I'm like, "Okay, I won't pull it out." You're gonna sit there. We're gonna have dinner like a regular couple. You're not about to record anything.
Damn it! What do you mean?
Guys,
but this beer's so good.
Real quick, so
all right.
Thanks for having me on, Todd. Always
definitely.
Pleasure,
Dave, you too. Take it easy.
All right, guys, you take care. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
I wonder how Gladiator 2 will be. Denzel getting the role seems odd to me, but Denzel's a great actor. Could be a good movie. Yeah, actually, it's getting a lot of good reviews. I think it's out. I thought Gladiator 2.
Is it
I
out
thought
already?
I thought it came out already, but the role that he's playing, I mean, people were saying how good he was actually in it. So
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, that's kind of odd, but okay.
yeah,
It'll work.
yeah, I think it's probably something in the movie that kind of talks about it or whatever like that and everything. So
I mean, I feel like
taking on a name or however it works.
I feel like anything Denzel's doing is going to be good because I can't really think of anything that he's done that's been like, I'm not like, terrible.
Yeah. He did one bad movie one time I saw. He was a Miami Detective. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was him and Eva Menendez was in it, or Eve Mendes. That was not a great movie that he did. Yeah.
What was the name of that? What are you talking about? Even then, I was like,
it wasn't horrible. It was definitely more of a Saturday afternoon, like lay on the couch, like I'm not going to change the channel, I'll just lay here type movie. It's like, yeah.
It wasn't Denzel standards, but it wasn't terrible either. And then, I mean,
what was the name of that movie? Denzel.
That was a good call. I totally forgot about that movie.
Out of Time, 2003. Yeah. It was like, I mean, what's he got there? It
was kind of different for him. Like that role.
I mean, it's got a 6 out of 5 out of 10 on IMDb. Like I said, it wasn't terrible. It was great. It was just lesser than what you expected for a Denzel type movie, I think.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it was like I can't really think of anything that's even remote.
But even Mendes had that Florida tan working, so she was doing all right. It's like Sandra Bullock in A Time to Kill. Like, whoa, is that Sandra Bullock? Like that threw people off. When she's not the girl from Speed anymore. Yes.
What was the Tom. What was the movie that he played in where it was like he was like the diabolical kind of like setting old whatever? What was it? It was like I'm gonna say it was the devil, but it was like.
Oh, that was a good one. Him and John Goodman, and
no, not that one. No, I know what you're talking about. That one. That was
because he was the devil in that one. He's like, because I told you out.
Or whistling all the time or whatever, right?
Yeah. Because he was No,
I'm not thinking of that one. I'm thinking of like this was like I feel like this one was like setting in old days. God, what the hell was the name of that one?
No, it wasn't Book of Eli, because Book of Eli was good too.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
That was like in the future though.
Oh, okay.
When everything was all destructed.
Let's see. I'll pull up a list here and see what I'm thinking of. That might be what I'm thinking of.
That was like in the future when he was protecting a book. So now I'm kind of going through a thing here. It's all his old movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too now. Let's see. There's quite a few of them I haven't seen either.
You sure it wasn't Fallen when he was doing the voice?
See, that one didn't get very, but I like that one. Was that the one with John Goodman?
That's the one with John Goodman.
Yeah, no, see, I like that one. It actually gets pretty good ratings too. Let's see. The Book of Eli might be what I'm thinking of, actually.
Where he was at when he had like the Bible?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that was like the future, like after like Gary Oldman was the one trying to hunt him down.
Yeah, and see, I only saw bits and pieces of it, so I haven't seen the whole thing. So
that's a pretty good movie going through. Good? Yeah.
But no, that was when I was thinking of, but I was thinking that was like so maybe in the future, but I was thinking it's back in the olden days or whatever.
Because it's like everything's kind of like been destroyed and stuff, and he's trying to protect it. Yeah.
And that might be what I was thinking of. Gladiator 2. Let's see, is that out now?
Gladiator 2.
November 22nd.
Okay, so not yet. So everybody's been kind of talking off the previews, I guess.
Outside of that, it's like pretty much everything is in. So
Some people didn't like to take in a Pelham 1, 2, 3. I thought Pelham was okay, but it was him and John Travolta in that one. But some people were kind of I mean, it was definitely a Hollywood type script where it wasn't like as deep or whatever for what people were used to seeing him in.
I know a lot of people didn't like Deja Vu either. I thought that was pretty good.
I thought Deja Vu was pretty good.
Like, I like that one.
The Bone Collector.
Oh, I like the Bone Collector.
Yeah. Ricochet was kind of like, that was okay, but it wasn't great on that one. That one had Ice-T in there with him on that one there. Crimson Tide was really good with him and Sean Connery.
Oh yeah, that's a good old one there.
I feel like I thought he did more movies than I'm actually seeing here. He's such a good actor though. He's good. American Gangster is still one of my favorite ones that he's done. I never saw Flight. I wanted to see Flight.
That's a good one. You haven't seen that one? Yeah, that's pretty
No,
good.
I've never seen that one. And I don't think I've ever watched the Two Guns. I was going to watch that at one point. I do want to see Roman J. Israel because that looks pretty good every time I see scenes from it when he's like the lawyer.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that one. So no, I'm not sure on that one.
But Man on Fire was definitely a beast of a movie when he did that one there.
Yes, so
Him and Dakota Fanning. I think with Dakota Fanning was the kid, which is crazy now because she's like 20 something. I really feel old because she was like a little girl. Now she's all, you know. I think with Dakota Fanning that did Man on Fire with him. Now she's like 20 something years old. It's like, yeah, now I feel old. So yeah.
Let's see, was she God, what was one of the big movies that she was in, little girl? She wasn't big then, like, that was kind of like her start sort of.
That was like her role that kind of broke her out, I think, for people kind of noticing her.
That might have been it. Let's see.
Yeah, because she did stuff after that, like, well, she was in Twilight Eclipse. I've never seen any Twilight movies.
Oh, I have, unfortunately.
She was in Ocean's 8. Never saw that one. That was the one with the women. Yeah. Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I haven't seen that either. I need to watch that one. I got that one DVR too. That's like the only Tarantino movie I think I haven't watched is that one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one either.
With Leonard DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. But yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, tonight's like kind of maybe an early night or whatever, so I better get some rest.
10 o'clock, like, woo, this is a short night.
So now we know it's Shannon and Mal that drag us into the later hours.
Exactly. It's the women talking.
It's the women folk. So yeah. No. But yeah, we'll probably go ahead and how have you not watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Jeez, come on. I never got around to it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's like the only Tarantino movie I have not watched is that one. I want to watch it. I think my wife may have watched it at some point, like on cinema, HBO or Prime or something. So
was that one back and forth from black and white and color?
I don't think so. As far as I know, everything I saw was color, but it was like Leonard DiCaprio and Brad Pitt was the stuntman. They had the Bruce Lee character, and
I think that was back and forth for some reason.
Yeah. And it got into, I think one of the women on the thing was the one that was killed by one of the Manson murderers, I believe. So, yeah. But, yeah, just I never got a chance to watch it for whatever reason.
So much TV, so many movies, not enough time.
Yeah, it's like the one movie that Brad Pitt did. I think it's Fury when he was in a tank. I wanted to see that movie. I never got a chance to watch that one.
That was pretty.
And that one I got DVR too. And it's like I just never watched it, so I still got it on DVR. I think.
If I'm not mistaken, that one's based on a true story.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then like, despite watching pretty much all the Rockies, I can't remember much from Rocky 5. I don't think I watched that all the way through, but we all know about Rocky 5 anyway. I've still never seen Creed. I never watched the Creed movies. I need to watch those. I got those DVR.
I've seen the first one, but I haven't seen one after that one.
Yeah.
The first
one,
like it was good, like intertwining, like the old clips of the old movies and stuff. How they
it
was pretty good. Now I'm sure about Creed 2 and maybe 3. I've never seen.
There's a Creed 3 now too. Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. They said it's tough to get these movies in. Jefferson just made a godlike reception for the Vikings. Wow. Jefferson was always a tough receiver. So
he's unbelievable.
Yeah. I was watching the pre-Heisman stuff today. I don't know if you saw that. ESPN had a special kind of like pre-Heisman like candidates and stuff because I think it comes out after this weekend. Was who on there?
Rourke, QB for IU.
He was not on there as of yet. But they had Clemson quarterback. He was on there. They had the running back from Boise State. They're trying to figure out the guys that got like 1,200 something yards rushing already. He's like 4 games, he's had over 200 yards this season. I think he's with Boise State. And they're like, can he really be a contender? He should be. But then they're going to look at who he plays and all this kind of stuff. Obviously, they had Travis Hunter Travis Hunter might have the best shot since Charles Woodson of winning it as a defensive player. Because I think Travis Hunter, you watch the Colorado games, if you're up late enough, to watch him play just about the whole game both ways is phenomenal to see him play out there. He's definitely a beast. And then they had, I think who else they had on the other ones. I didn't see him say Shador, but I got to think Shador came up because I turned the channel before it was over. And I can't think of the other ones they had on there. But for me, looking at this season, if Travis Hunter keeps playing and doing what he's doing, I feel like he's going to be a good shot to actually probably get it.
So the quarterback I was just talking about, he's got 1,941 yards and 15 touchdowns on the year through 7 games.
How many touchdowns?
15.
Cam Ward is the other one I was talking about. Cam Ward was on there. Ashton Gianti, he's a running back at Boise State. Who is Indiana? Has Indiana beat like the top 5 though, like top 10?
Well, they pummeled Nebraska last week, but they were
I saw that. That was like,
but they were 27th before.
Yeah.
Into it, but that's the only big team so far that they've really played.
Do they play Michigan or Ohio State this year?
Yeah, they play them both.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be a big thing.
They got Michigan in, let's see, 3 weeks at home, and then following week they play at Ohio State.
Yeah. Now, actually, this list I'm looking on, and maybe they did mention them, I just didn't see it. But off of ESPN here, they got Ashton Gianti as the running back of Boise State. And they do have Cam Ward from Miami that I mentioned, but they do have Curtis Rourke from Indiana Hoosiers as far like 3,500 odds. And then they have anybody else on here? Nope, that's just the 3 they actually list. So had Giante at plus 225 for odds, Cam Ward at 225, and the third was Rourke at 3,500. So he's in the talk. So he's getting some attention somewhere.
Yeah, now looking at it, it's like he's ranked 20th in yards, so it's not even that good, actually.
I mean, last week they had him at plus 6,000. He moved up to plus 3,500. So He's making moves.
Yeah. Now he's gonna hurt. He's gonna miss Saturday coming up because he tore his thumbnail last week, like completely off.
Oh shit!
And he had to have surgery on Monday for it. So now the backup quarterback's playing Saturday, and within hopes that he's going to be playing next week.
Yeah.
So
so
stat wise is going to hurt him missing the week. So
I do remember the other quarterback was Dylan. Is it Gabriel out of Oregon? He was one of the other He was the other quarterback that was listed as being in the hunt too. They thought,
and of course they're number one rated team. So
yeah, I mean, but they were talking to Tim Tebow and Andre Ware. So I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what they all know for no, but they get votes because they got Heisman wins. Any Heisman winner gets a vote. So,
is that what it is?
Yeah,
oh,
it's the writers, and then any Heisman winner can still vote. But
so you
have to. I mean, if you got a guy, I don't care. They're running. They've had 4 games of 200+ yards rushing, and the guy's possibly going to break like Barry Sanders level when he got to like 11 games. Or what? I'm like, you got to be in a talk. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No question.
We actually in college, when I was at WVU, we went to the championship against Notre Dame 88-89 season. So 87-88, we had to play Oklahoma State in the Sun Bowl. This is like the WV shit that happens and it doesn't happen anywhere else, right? We go to the Sun Bowl against the Oklahoma State. Never snowed ever. Guess what? It snows for the first time ever when we play Oklahoma State. So you're like, oh, it's a snow game, right? Well, who's snow favorite usually? Usually running backs, right? There are 2 running backs Oklahoma State has, Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders.
Oh, yeah. What a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, what a 1-2 punch that was. And we actually had a shootout. I think we ended up losing like 34-31 or some like high score. But it was like, yeah, this is like any WVU luck you think you had, we're going to just discount that right now.
Right.
Yeah. But imagine having that back. Like, how do you not win a title with Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders as your 2 running backs?
Wasn't Thomas a Heisman winner, and in the following year Sanders won it?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see.
I could be wrong. I know Barry Sanders won. I'm pretty sure. But
Sanders won the Heisman.
I was thinking Thurman Thomas won it the same year they were playing together. I was thinking he won also. I could be wrong on that, and I probably am. But
he was a Heisman candidate in his senior year, finished 7th in voting.
Oh, 7th. Okay, so he wasn't.
Yeah.
I knew he was kind of in the talks, but I was thinking for some reason he won it.
Yeah, Sanders won. That's why he can do the Nissan commercials. So. Yeah. But it was like, I remember an interview they did with Barry Switzer, and Barry Switzer was like basically interviewing, and he's telling his team whatever. He's like, listen, we got to play Oklahoma State. Like, do not injure Thurman Thomas. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, we don't want that other guy coming in. Like, when they had Barry, he knew Barry Sanders was that much more of a better runner than Thurman Thomas was.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, do not injure.
Don't make it hard. Don't make it hard.
It's bad enough he's a kick returner, but we don't want him being in there as a first running back. So yeah, that dude was a beast. Who do you think was probably the best college running back of all time? College. Or maybe top three running backs. Make it easy on you.
I mean, for me, it's got to be Barry Sanders. But I don't know. I mean,
but he was a specialist too for part of it. So I mean,
also, which only because I'm an IU guy, but Anthony Thompson was phenomenal running back in college. I mean, he made it in pros, which he wasn't very. I mean, he really had a hard time in the pros. Like he went from team to team, whatever.
Yeah.
He was the runner-up Heisman winner to Andre Ware. Remember Ware?
Yeah.
So Anthony Thompson was the runner-up to him, but as running back, man, in college, like I said, I'm a homer sort of in a sense. But
you know what I say my 3 running backs are. And I won't even have Sanders on the list or Thomas on the list. You gotta have Bo Jackson.
Yeah, Bo Jackson had to be up there.
You gotta have.
What about Emmett?
No, Emmett wouldn't be on my top 3. I'd have Bo. I'd have Herschel, who was a beast for Georgia, and then we gotta have Earl. Earl was a beast for Texas. Earl Campbell was just like nobody went to face Earl Campbell.
That's a little before my time. I mean, I
yeah.
was a little kid, man, but I was like,
yeah. That would be my top three I would have out there, and then behind them I would have like some of the other ones you would have maybe come up with. If I had Bo, if I had Herschel, if I had Campbell, then you're looking into some of the other running backs that would be out there. Barry is a college runner. He was good, but we never got to see him fully focused until he really got to NFL.
well,
I feel like he did stuff in college too, but
good.
yeah.
I don't know before that, like because of Thurman Thomas, I'm not sure how much he actually.
I think he had to split time. He had to split time with him there.
I don't know how much he actually got of himself.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing you run into. But like Dorsett was a beast for Pitt back in the day, as a college running back. Before he went to the Cowboys.
I was thinking Emmitt Smith, like at Florida, was from my recollection, was a beast then too.
Emmitt was good in Florida, but he wasn't like
not Dallas worthy for sure.
He wasn't like a beast that I don't think kept you up at night, to speak. Like if you had to go against one of those other one backs, you had to figure out how you would have stopped them a lot more. I mean, Emmitt was a top-notch running back, but he wasn't that one that kind of you were worried about maybe as much. And then like OJ at USC was a beast. And obviously a little bit between Brian, a little bit ahead of both of our times, but you go back and you watch the footage and it's like Archie Griffin has to be somewhere out there. I mean, he went the only running back that went back to back. When you look at the whole footage, he was a beast when he ran the ball too. So
that's a tough one.
That's a tough one there. But from there that I know, what I mean, that's kind of what I saw there. Like the way that people bounced off of Earl Campbell, like just like get off me, son. Like
I feel like he was the guy that he was like a 12th grader playing in a middle school football game. He just there's guys just hanging off of him. He just run down the field like whatever, just get off of me.
It's like those old videos, like when he's like somebody goes to tackle him and the guy stops, like, and this is where he knows he fucked up.
Yeah,
like Earl Campbell runs over the guy. At this moment, he realized.
Like, oh, no.
Oh yeah.
That's a good question.
Let's see. Colorado plays Cincinnati Saturday in Colorado. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, I'll have to watch that. I'll have to all my friends in Cincinnati at the office and stuff too. They'll be rooting for them. But Colorado's they're going to be. I mean, they're definitely going to probably be bowl bound this year. But they got a nice little late run they might have in them. For JT, Herschel Walker, Barry, and Bo. Yeah, I mean, that's a tough three. I mean, I can't knock Barry from being a top three. I'm just saying for me, like, if you saw the old Earl Campbell stuff, Earl Campbell was just, I mean, growing up as a kid, like, that's who you wanted to be. I mean, you watch the Houston Oilers game, who were like one of the worst teams in the league, just to watch Earl Campbell run over people on Sundays.
I mean, those three that Trez just mentioned there is like, that almost would be one, that'd be close to my top three for sure.
Yeah. Imagine if you were Oklahoma back in the 70s and that was your wishbone package. Woo, you'd be killing some teams.
Oh, Lord. Could you imagine the coaches like the week before, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? They would never sleep for a whole week. Like, I got insomnia bad. Like, oh, it's the worst.
Joe Morris, Giants, and 82. Yeah, Joe Morris was a little fella back in the 80s when the Giants won. Yeah.
Dude, too, yeah.
He had the heart, though. He had a big heart. I mean, that dude was not shying away from things. And it's funny, I saw a thing on Facebook the other day that was like most underrated football film. And they were showing the Vince Papali story, the one that Mark Wahlberg played the guy in Philly. And they were like, what is this like the most underrated football film? And it's like, that's actually a pretty good movie that Mark Wahlberg did with a guy from Philadelphia that became like a receiver for them off the street and everything. Yeah. But I'm like, underrated? That was definitely one of the ones up there, but I thought about all the right. I feel like a lot of people forget about All the Right Moves with Tom Cruise back in the day. That was a great football movie.
So do you have a favorite one? If you had to guess,
as far as a favorite or favorite underrated or
no, just favorite
football movie. I think for me, it's always going to be Remember the Titans. I just feel like that's just such a classic. It's a good. That's like one of those movies. Like I'm pissed that Denzel never got nominated for an Oscar that year when that came out. That was one of his best roles that he actually did. Yeah.
I love that movie too.
There's so much good stuff in that movie. I mean, even today, just some of the lines and stuff you can even still quote from, and you can sit there and watch it. It's just still has that timeless feel to it.
Yeah.
Like that made it such a great movie.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite football movie, probably.
Yeah.
Because every time it's on, no matter if it's on TNT, movie channels, whatever, I'm stopping and watching it pretty much every time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a classic. It's a classic thing, and it's not just around the movie, but just around the times and the coming together on stuff. It's just like one of those movies where it's just like, by the end of it, it's just got that feel good feel, right? It's kind of like, and then like and it's got like the whole almost tearjerker scene, with the car and everything, and it's just like they hit you from every different area with that movie.
Well, and just looking back, like the time frame where that took place, you're like, oh shit, that shit happened.
Yeah,
he did that through that time. It's like, man, that's awesome. Also, in a sense, like, good.
Yeah, you gotta watch it now before they ban that movie in libraries and stuff.
Okay. Some movies I'm flipping through. I'm like, it's 11:15. I turned on to them. Like, shit. I guess I'm gonna be up for the next.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up. You are watching it there.
Like,
yeah.
God, even though I've seen it 45,000 times, I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah, just the thing, like, just the casting and the thing, like, because he's so big now, but like the thing, like Ryan Gosling got his big break in that movie, right? It's just like being an Appalachian type character, and the roles that they played. I mean, it was so good. Like you see those characters in other movies, you always think back to them being for me at least. I see them guys show up in other movies, and I think back to them being in Remember the Titans. Right. Oh, that was from so Remember the Titans. That was the coach over here. That was over here. Like, yeah, so. Yeah, that's one of my favorites for sure. North Dallas 40. That was a funny one. I thought Nick Nolte was in that movie back then, before I guess he became an alcoholic. Best of Times. The movie was funny as hell. Good call, Trent. Underrated flick grenades. Yeah, Best of Times was one back then. What's up, EB in the house? Cheers, my friend.
EB.
What's happening, homie? Reno Hightower, one of the ghosts. Hightower. What up, Beard? Clapshot on Netflix recently. Cheers, JT. How's it goes? It Smash, a good football movie. Okay, JT. Paul Newman was 50 when he did Slapshot. I read an article what he said. It was one of his favorite movies. Legend. Paul Newman was a good actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got salad dressings from Paul Newman in the store. It's like he's like doing all the organic coffee and organic salad dressing. Paul Newman.
Pasta sauces, like, yeah.
Give back. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the other thing, Remember the Titans is it's a football movie, but it's also more than that. It's like just a good movie overall. Just the way it was well written and everything too. So
yeah, that's one of my. That's probably one of the top. My all-time favorite movies, but it's one of my top movies for sure.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, like The Longest Yard was a favorite movie for me to watch with Burt Reynolds back in the day. I used to love watching that movie. Oh, you might have been too young for that one, for the original Longest Yard.
No, I remember
when he goes to prison. They got to play the guards because he does the same role in the Adam Sandler movie, but he's like older then. But right. Yeah.
You know, another good one is the it's Oliver Stone movie.
Oh,
Amy Fox was in it.
Yeah, when LT cuts the car in half.
The hell was the name of that one?
Any Given Sunday. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I like that one.
Yeah. Crazy SLT in that movie. Yeah. So he takes the chainsaw out and cuts the car.
That was the coked up LT there.
Yeah. That's like LL was the running back in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to watch that one again.
Al Pacino. That's
Al Pacino was.
I would say, one of the better movie speeches. That speech in the locker room is one of those speeches that are like, you can pull it up. Like if you're down or whatever like that, and you want to get motivated, pull up the Al Pacino speech from The Longest Yard. You watch that for 3 minutes, you come out ready to run through a wall. It's pretty good. It was a pretty good, well written one. So that's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, that's up there close to the Gettysburg and Remember the Titans as far as a scene from a football movie. That's kind of like get the blood pumping.
Oh yeah, that Gettysburg scene. That was
the Getty. Yeah.
That's hard to top, but you're right.
Yeah.
One is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Like 1A, 1B.
Yeah, I mean they're right there. Even Sandler's remake was decent. Yeah, Longest Yard remake was pretty decent. It was pretty funny. Who was it in the remake? It was what's the guy? He does America's Got Talent now. The black guy. I'm gonna say Terry Tate, but not Terry. Yeah,
Tate.
not Terry Tate, but Terry. Terry is his first name.
Yeah,
I think
it's Terry. Yeah, Terry. God, what the hell's his name? I watched America's Got Talent too. So.
But I'm thinking in Adam Sandler's remake, wasn't he the one always coming up with hamburgers for everybody? Terry Crews, that's it. Terry Crews. Yeah, like in the remake, he's always like the one that got hamburgers, right? Like somebody wants a hamburger, he always pulls out the hamburgers from everywhere. And they're like, where did you get that hamburger from? He's like, don't ask any questions. Like, oh, yeah, original. You can do it. I know you can do it. What's more, you got to do it. Lose saving. Well, you can do it. Adam Sandler movie with the Water Boy.
You can do it all night long.
It's a funny farce with that one too. Yeah. The replacements with Keanu Reeves. We talked about that earlier, but
oh yeah.
I was still thinking that scene that one of the funny scenes is when they're like all in jail and he starts singing "I Will Survive" and he start dancing in jail. Gene Hackman comes in like, what the hell is going on?
Gene Hackman always shutting it down.
Had to break out the stick him for Othello Jones because he couldn't keep his character couldn't catch the ball, so they put stick him on his hand like. Him and John Favreau was in that one too.
Like he was touching, it was just like he couldn't get.
It was a stick. Oh yeah, that's some good shit right there. Nothing like a good sports movie to make you relax. Well,
sports movies are the greatest.
I mean, you take something like a Rudy. I mean, I watch a Rudy. I get locked into that too. That's like that's one of my favorite ones up there too. I mean, Rudy would be in my top 10 flicks for football movies.
Rudy, yeah.
Especially like towards the end and stuff like that. And forget like like Vince Vaughn was in there. Like Vince Vaughn was like one of the star players for their name. I don't know if you realize that. Like when you watch it, he was like the running back, and he gets pissed off at Rudy for tackling him in practice.
Yeah, I forgot about it. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and
I need to go back and watch that again. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, I mean, you get chills when the crowd starts chanting like Rudy's name and stuff. I mean, although in real life it didn't happen as they put in the movie, it's still when you watch it and you're in that moment, it's just like
right.
You get pulled into it. So yeah. And then later on, he became one of the characters on a Stranger Life or whatever. What was that? Stranger Things. Yeah. And he was one of the Goonies. He was one of the Goonies too. Yes. So yeah, he was one of the Goonies before he did Rudy.
That's right.
Which is a classic movie too from the 80s. I mean, I can still watch Goonies nowadays, still crack up watching that.
Goonies is awesome.
The problem with watching Goonies is where you really start, for me, where I start to feel old is seeing what you call him, the older brother that is now like what's his name?
What the hell's his name? Jesus.
Because he played Cable in the Deadpool movie and
God. I'm not gonna know what his name is, and I gotta look it up.
oh, who is that? Josh Brolin.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. You see Josh Brolin now, and you're like, I mean, which Josh Brolin's probably around my age anyway, but I'm like, back then I didn't realize like we were the same type, pretty much age, probably, right? Like TV's and Josh. I'm like, I feel old when I see Josh Brolin doing shit now, even though like we were probably the same age when he did Goonies. It's just like,
oh wait,
yeah. Yeah.
Well, they go back. It's like he was kind of a dick back then, you know, in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, really? 5-part history of the American Football League from the mid-teens. That's where. Okay. I had friends in high school that were in Rudy. They were playing catch on the grass. Oh, that's pretty cool. Also, yeah. Good flick, though. Good flick.
Rudy was a good one. Of course, me for the basketball side of things. Have you ever seen Hoosiers?
You know what's funny? I have not seen Hoosiers. I don't know why I've never seen Hoosiers. I plan to see Hoosiers. I've always written it down because I never got a chance to see it before. And I still haven't got around to seeing it. I do want to see it because I like Gene Hackman as an actor. So it's different.
A lot of people have never seen that. It's like,
yeah,
like in the sports world, even it's like, really, how have you never seen that movie?
But it's ranked as one of the top sports movies actually watched.
Yeah,
and it's like Hoosiers is one I want to watch from the basketball side of things for sure. Yeah, right, Trez. Like, yeah, I've never seen Hoot. It's just, yeah. I got no reason for why I didn't see it. Just ran out of time. Just never got around to actually watching it.
And that's kind of loosely based on a true story.
No. It just happens. It just happens. I will make a plan to actually watch that. What was the one basketball movie I watched? And it was the first one. I can't remember. I gotta see if I can see it here. It was like when integration happened. It was when Kentucky lost to Texas. When they had when the black players.
Yes. Gosh dang, what was that one?
That wasn't Glory Road, right? That was.
You know what? That might have been.
Was it Glory Road? Let me see. Yes, that was a good movie. I did see that for Glory Road.
Was it Glory Road or?
That's when John Voight was Adolph Rupp in that one.
Yes, and it was the first time like 5 starting black guys on a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the team they had then was basically the team that's like UTEP nowadays.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
They were playing in the finals or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and I could be wrong, like they didn't want to play them because of that reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was the thing because they didn't want to play because they had the black players, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Easy, EB, easy. Not surprised you never have fried bologna sandwich when we met.
Very true, EB. Very true, yes.
Stop taking those shots, EB. All kinds of questionable lunches.
Exactly.
Yeah. I said, no.
No fried bologna, that should end right there. Like, never, shouldn't question anything after that.
EB just coming in. Shot fire. You know what else I never seen was He Got Game.
Really?
That's one Denzel movie I never seen either. I've always wanted to watch.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, I'm looking to I haven't seen a lot of these basketball movies that are on here. that I'm looking through. Well, White Man Can't Jump. That's a classic. I seen that one back in the day. Not the new revisited one, but the old one, old school. Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
Here's an old one. Did you ever watch The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah. Oh come on, dog. Come on. I ain't that far out of touch.
Just checking.
Dr. J, man. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, hell yeah. Fish to say Pittsburgh.
Sure, just making sure.
Yeah, I'm all about the zodiac signs in that one. Yeah.
And like EB said, some of the things is questionable from here on out, so I'll just check it.
I will tell you one of the classic ones I had never seen that is always talked about the past stuff is Hoop Dreams. I've never seen Hoop Dreams. That was an old school one that was pretty popular too.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that was one from back in the day.
Who was in that?
In Hoop Dreams was Arthur Aguilar, Spike Lee, William Gates.
Yeah.
I feel like the time it came out, the cast wasn't as huge for that one. Bob Knight was in it though. Bob Knight was in it.
Was that like
Jawan Howard, Dick Vitale, Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, Rick Pitino.
That'd have been the early 90s. Then.
John Thompson. That one came out 1994.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if I've seen it or not, actually.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, and that was one that had a lot of buzz around it back in the day.
Another good one. It was I don't know if you've seen it. Right? You've seen Blue Chips.
I did see Blue Chips with Nick Nolte in that one. Yeah, was that Shaquille in that one too?
Yeah.
When he was trying to recruit Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah.
Kenny Hardaway was in it.
Yeah. Of course, it's kind of funny. They ended up being teammates later on, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Of course, this character was kind of loosely based on Bob Knight.
Yeah.
Because he was at a lot of practices and stuff, watching him for that movie, just to kind of get a feel for the role or whatever.
Yeah.
So when you go back and watch, you're like, I can see that now because he's totally kind of an ass like Bob Knight was. I love Bob Knight, but he was a total ass for sure.
I did see Semi-Pro back in the day. Will Ferrell, Jackie Smith.
That was when we had big afro in it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. That's like basketball, baseball. Like I've never seen. And you're gonna probably be like, "How'd you have never seen that?" But Field of Dreams. I've never seen Field of Dreams. I've seen Bull Durham. I've seen Major League.
Rob, we can't be friends anymore.
I know all about Field of Dreams, but I never actually watched Field of Dreams. So it's kind of like, how do you not see that? Now I've seen the other one.
So now you have to watch it between now and next Thursday.
Yeah. Right? I mean, I've seen 42, which was Jackie Robinson, which was really good. What was the one movie I watched with John Cusack and I gotta find it here when they did the White Sox scandal? That was a really good movie.
8 Men Out.
8 Men Out. That's a really good baseball movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah.
That one was just like, yeah. I never seen The Natural. That's another one I never seen.
Oh, Natural's so good too. Natural, of course, Bull Durham, just because.
Yeah, Bull Durham was so good. Yeah. You ever see The Fan back in the day with Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro? That was kind of a crazy psycho type movie there. Yeah. That was one I saw back. I think we saw that at the theater when it came out, actually.
I feel like that was one that was like supposed to be big, and it kind of failed.
Yeah.
Until
it
hit video, then it kind of like got popular again.
Yeah. But I did see Sandlot. Sandlot was, that's a great baseball movie. Little kid baseball movie, but great.
Yeah, but still,
Jive Turkey. No, he didn't call you Jive Turkey. All hell break loose. To be honest, you aren't missing much good, but not up to the hype. Oh, really? For Hoosiers? Not up to the hype on that one? The program? I've never seen the program.
Oh, you haven't?
I've never seen the program, and you're going to probably smack me on the other one. It was the, what's the one? I Don't Want Your Life. What was that one? That was, a dude from Twilight too, I think, right? You know Twilight? The program and
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. I've never seen Varsity Blues. A big guy in the stripper pole. I've seen scenes from it. I've never seen the whole movie. Yeah.
Varsity Blues is good too.
Yeah.
Program is really good.
I did see Gridiron Gang with The Rock before. I've seen that one. Real slowly. And that was actually pretty good. That was like based off a true story. In my opinion, Field of Dreams, you aren't missing much. Good, but okay. All right.
Yeah, see, I like Field of Dreams.
Yeah. But you gotta see it now because James Earl Jones isn't here anymore, right? So it's like,
sure, yeah.
But he was in The Sandlot too.
Oh yeah.
Never saw The Blind Side, which
never seen The Blind Side.
Kind of glad I have it now after seeing all the stories that come out about not really being the way it was. It was like, okay,
kind of fake. Yeah.
Now I will tell you one that you can watch that we actually definitely pull at the heartstrings. We Are Marshall. I've seen that one.
Oh, that's
because I went to school at WVU too, but just that whole Marshall, that one definitely.
That's a true story, also. So
yeah. Another one that pulls at the heartstrings is Radio. When Cuba Gooding plays the challenge kid. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good movie too, with him and Aaron Harris. Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that one. Her and I saw that at the theater, I think. Or driving.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that does tug at you.
I did see The Express. That was a good one. That was with the Syracuse running back before Jim Brown, Ernie Davis.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one.
That was a good one.
I'm trying to think.
It's an old football movie with freaking out. Well, it's kind of not a football movie as much as a football player. In the movie, Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis, where he was like a security guard or a bodyguard or something. That was
what was that?
like Damon Wayans was gambling or something like that, and Bruce Willis is trying to protect him or something, I think. I can't think of that movie.
Me either now. I can see it, but
football. The Last Boy Scout.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, The Last Boy Scout. That was from back in the day. Yep, Emerson just nailed it too. Oh my god. Field of Dreams was too sentimental. No tear-jerking action. Program exposes the NCAA. Well, we know how the NCAA is for sure, I think, at this point. Varsity Blues, none of that was good, but a single watch. Okay. You coming in kind of like Roger Ebert here, EB. I'm just saying, you hitting them pretty hard. Slowly starred a young Robert De Niro. Speaking of boxing movies, Raging Bull with Robert De Niro, excellent movie to watch. If you haven't seen Raging Bull, that's a classic in itself. Him and Joe Pesci in that one too. That'd be part of it for me, JT. Yeah, The Last Boy Scout. And the natural movie differs from the book in which Wonder Boy strikes out and the knight's loose. Oh, okay. Well, you know how the movies are. The movies would switch stuff up from how the books actually are. So there's Todd. Todd's back now. So, yeah. Yeah, Raging Bull. If you're watching boxing movies, Raging Bull is a boxing movie you should definitely watch. That's a classic.
I was trying to think, like, as far as basketball movies goes, there really wasn't a ton of.
I think I've seen more football movies than any other sport, probably, though.
Yeah, baseball. Well, I mean, baseball, football.
Wildcats. Goldie Hawn. Yeah.
I used to love that.
Forrest Whitaker.
I used to love the movies. Yeah.
I know Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
That movie was awesome. I need to watch that one again too. It's like I forgot about that one.
Wildcats. Now in my mind, I'm starting to think of the soundtrack from back then too.
I used to love that part where they did like the rap at the end of the movie. They were rolling through and they were doing like a Cody Hahn, whatever. They were all rapping, whatever. It was like,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I loved that. I thought that was awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
so good.
Now you want a tearjerker football movie to watch? You go watch Brian's Song, the original with James Caan and Billy D.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring some tissue for that one if you watch the original Brian Song.
Funny you say that because me and Shannon's mom used to talk about that movie all the time, and Shannon's never seen it.
Oh, really?
And we're
Okay.
like, I've never seen this. She's like, I just never have. And then she heard us talk about it so much. She's like, I don't want to watch it because if it's gonna be that sad, like I don't even want to watch it. I'm like, no.
She'd be bawling her eyes out watching that.
So
Yeah.
You gotta watch it because me and her mom, we always just like talk about it all the time. It's like, no, I can't watch that movie. I don't want to watch it. Why watch that movie? It's like, because it's so good. Like, it's just a good,
That's like, I believe in the Jim Valvano feast, like a good laugh, a good cry. You get that end of the day. I mean, you run the gamut there.
I try to get her to watch that speech every year, and she's like, why do I want to watch it? I'm like,
that speech is like so just enthralling. Like, how can you turn it off? You start watching the Jim Valvano speech, you can't turn it off. You just got to get it for the long. It's just
every single time I watch it, I tear up.
Yeah.
Every single time I get tears, I'm like, she's like, I don't watch that shit because I want to cry. I'm like, no, but you got to watch it because this is so good. Like, it's just so good.
It's like one of the best like sports. I don't even say sports, but just life speeches in general. It hits on so many different levels that it's kind of like it's almost like a body cleansing type thing to actually sit there and listen to him say those words and know what he's going through. That it kind of just has this experience to you, hearing him go through it and just the battle he's trying to fight there. So. Yeah,
it's like that whole speech in itself is kind of what he says. Like, you cry, laugh, love, or whatever. Like, it's and it's like
that's a full day.
You do that in the whole thing, in that whole like 15-minute speech. Is like you do all that thing he just talks about. It's like it's unreal.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And then to know that he's doing that, taking every pretty much fiber in his body to be able to stand there and do it and deliver it. Is amazing in itself because then you see afterwards just the energy out of him and how everybody's come up and help him off the stage and stuff. And it's just like
Dickie V and Chris
yeah,
they're trying to
Joe Theismann, they all get like it's just like it's like
it's unreal.
It's just one of those moments, those defining moments, and it's just like you realize there's things bigger than what you might be focused on, right? Like it's just one of those enlightening things to actually see and to hear and provide perspective. It gives you perspective on life.
And that time will be coming up here in a couple of weeks, actually. Starting, so it's like I'm gonna have to sit her down. Like, no, I don't care what you do. You're gonna sit here and watch it. It's just you got to watch it just one time. You have to watch it.
Anybody that's never seen the Jim Valvano speech that he gives, they need to watch it for sure. 1991 is Shane Black with the best opener for an action flick with The Last Boy Scout. He makes it to the end zone with the help of a gun. Basketball. Yeah, that's the one from the South Park creators. Although I've never seen that movie, it's hilarious. Though, but I've never seen that movie.
It's actually fairly funny.
Yeah, Brian's song with the premiere. Yeah, Brian's song is one that definitely hits. Rams are going for the at-home upset, leading 28-20 with 6 minutes left. They may pull it off. But yeah, it's I'm so ready for the weekend right now. At this point, Tribe Called Quest got into the rock. I didn't see anything really come out about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as much, but I saw the Tribe Called Quest got in this past.
I saw that,
ceremony, but I didn't see anybody else who got in from anywhere. So I don't know. Usually you see like a feed on it because HBO will usually premiere it on their channel, and I didn't see anything coming up for it. Yeah, they usually show it live there. So I'll see who else gets in. But yeah. All right, brother. Get back to editing. We're going to be signing off here anyway, here in a second. But always great to have you.
Good to see you.
And hopefully we play some Black Ops 6 here. So that actually tomorrow I haven't picked it up yet, but I may get it tomorrow. Yeah.
Are you going to get the actual whole game or?
I'm debating on it. I'm like, do I stay in Warzone? Do I get Black Ops? Black Ops I like better than some of the other stuff, so I may get it. A couple of them already got it already. They're playing it because they can play it early with the Xbox, but PlayStation drops tomorrow, so I probably will get it this weekend. And then jump on that for a bit.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah. But
it's been a few years since I played that one now.
I got to do PlayStation Plus at some point if I want to update it. But some of the games you don't need PlayStation Plus for. I'm like, well, I pay for it then.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, folks, I think at this point we're probably getting ready to end here a little bit earlier for this episode or tonight, but hopefully get ready here for the weekend. Hopefully you guys are all set. Thank you for everybody that definitely tuned in and kick back. And if you haven't, make sure check out Todd's What's Your Beer with him and Shannon. They've been putting up videos up there on their channel. So Tuesday and Thursdays, I believe still. I think Shannon might have different times now when she puts them out there. But
well, no, still Tuesday, Thursday, but we didn't have one today, so
okay.
Because we ran out of videos and she worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we didn't have a chance to do a video for today. So
good time to definitely catch up then, right?
We'll probably backlog some on this weekend for future. So yeah, Tuesdays, Thursdays for the most part.
Yeah. And then here on the channel, I will be uploading some of the other videos and stuff. I got like a backlog of stuff. So I've been sharing some of the different things from the Opus Clip things, kind of just messing around with some stuff there. But I do have some actual other videos that'll be uploaded. So stay tuned for those reviews coming this way. And some other stuff that I'm going to have on here. Actually, I'm going to have a piece I'm going to probably be doing upcoming with the Ohio Beer Guild or Beer Association on something they're doing there. So we're in the talks for that. So stay tuned for that interview. So we'll have like the I think the president or CEO of the Ohio Beer Association that'll be upcoming on one of the shows. And a couple other live streams I'm working with for some of the spotlights. But it's time to get ready for the weekend. And I'm definitely feeling the Cucamonga after the Tales of Gold with a little bit of the whiskey. Woohoo!
Feeling good.
It's been a long week, folks. It's been a long week, so definitely in a good ready to rest mode. Make sure to stay tuned for all the other good stuff. Make sure to check out, again, Todd's stuff. Check out Dave, Beer in Front. Check out some of the other stuff in the description with the links that you can actually get some other good things, some goodies. You need some different stuff you're looking at. I got some deals in there for like different things you might want to have for beer glasses and things along those lines, or merch or whatever other stuff, some other affiliate type things. So that being said, I'm rambling at this point. It's time to sign off because, again, the 15.6 is kicking in. That being said, we'll catch up with you next week. And Todd, any final words?
Nope. What's your costume next week?
Are we doing a Halloween thing for next week?
Are we?
I think Mal was pretty excited for us to try to do something, but
there you go. Stay tuned and find
stay
out.
Stay tuned.
Come back and see. Come back and see.
Yeah. I might put a mustache.
What's your beer? Watch us on YouTube if you can. Subscribe and all that good stuff.
Just put on a mustache to be L J BeerVentures, like a long Mexican mustache. L J BeerVentures.
Yes.
Tequila. I'm going to let my Spanish ego out. All right, y'all. We are out. We'll catch y'all next week. Y'all have a great one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.